This version of It's Eric Nagel has been modified from its original broadcast. Content has been edited to fit this platform.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
It's Eric Nagel. It starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear, it's Eric Nagel.
And thank you, Scott Shannon. Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever miscellaneous events you're celebrating during this time, good on you. Hello, everybody. This is the program. Welcome to it. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, we'll get to that in a second because I forgot Justin, Jesus Christ. Jordan's here.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We're done here.
Yeah.
Later, taking over from now on.
Yeah,
Josh is gone.
I know. And then if Cardiff had his way, Josh would be here all the time.
Josh would be here full time. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Chanukah.
Justin Mauriello, my pal, my friend for many, many years, formerly lead singer of the band Zebrahead, current lead singer of the bands I Hate Kate, Darling Thieves, has a new single out. We're going to talk to him a little bit later in the program. He'll be here to tell us all about that. But Jordan is here. How are things with you, Jordan? Did you decorate all your cacti?
No. It's weird because I go around the neighborhoods and it doesn't feel like Christmas is next week because not a lot of houses have been decorating this year. It feels off. Everything about this year feels very off.
Yeah.
So no, not a lot of decorating. Did some indoor stuff, got the tree up, but I mean that's about it.
You get the same old commentary from people. Oh, when you get older, it's all about it means less and less. It's about family. It's more about the kids than it is about you. Not talking about that. You can still be festive and love the holiday and what have you without it being about the kids. It helps if it's about the kids, but if you don't have kids or don't want it to be about the kids, you can still do it. It's just that so much shit is happening that it just takes away from, it doesn't slow down anymore.
No.
It's like sit there where you could sit down and relax, watch a movie, Christmas is still a few weeks away. You blink and it's like, we're less, as we're doing this show, we're 5 days away?
Yeah, about a week.
Something from that.
A week as of yesterday, so yeah.
I haven't watched a Christmas movie. I haven't really, other than what we do for the show, I haven't listened to anything Christmassy. I'm doing all that shit this weekend because I'll have nothing to do. So hopefully, God willing.
We'll get into that. Say that now.
We'll get into that in just a moment. But anyway, if you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, thank you very much for doing so. If you're listening to us at a more convenient time for yourselves, Apple, Spotify, things of that nature, do us a kindness. Go over there, leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. If you want to join us live each and every week as we do said program, you can hop over to our live rooms on YouTube and on Twitch, both under It's Eric Nagel, where you can participate. You can come in, wheeling and dealing, being a big spender, showing your holiday generosity this year by throwing around subscriptions and super chats and all that fun stuff. Go in there and act like it's a Japanese game show where they close the door and then the dollars start flowing all over the place and you go crazy.
Or you know what? Put your digital coins in our digital bucket this season. We're the charity you want to donate to this year.
I forgot to ask you about this because we talked about Bitcoin last year, right? And by the way, I had to talk to my financial guy and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, I'll just hand it over to you. You figure this what you need to do with that.
That's what I pay you for.
Some of these shows, I think it's in bad form. They put QR codes on their screens.
Yeah.
For donations for these shows. Now, granted, a lot of these shows don't make a lot of money, so that's the way they do it. So you can directly send money to them, PayPal and Venmo and those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if we just one-up it and we just do a QR code where people can send us some kind of cryptocurrency.
Right.
It's like if you're feeling generous and you want to go Doge to the moon in 2025, if that's still going to be a thing, here's the QR code up in the corner. Feel free to gifted
Put
Bitcoin.
QR codes in the corner of each of our pictures. Just if you want to throw Eric a Bitcoin here and there.
If we're going to get into the future, let's fucking get into the future and make that happen then.
I'm not making money any other way, so you might as well try it.
Why did he quit his show? Somebody gifted 4 Bitcoins. I think he retired.
He's retired.
He left.
He's living down in Florida. He's living his best life on 4 Bitcoin.
All right. See people funneling into the chat rooms and what have you. There's our old pal Tom from Alberta. Greetings and salutations, my friend, as well. Die Hard is all you need. Yes, whether it is or it is not a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. Why are we even still having
It's
this
not
conversation?
because Bruce Willis himself came out and said on a public stage at what was it, the Bruce Willis roast that they did with on Comedy Central, and he said he ended his whole speech was that Die Hard is not a fucking Christmas movie.
Yeah, and look at him now. That's what happens when you take that.
Oh, look what you're doing. You're throwing that voodoo shit, that karma.
Let him say it to my face now. It ain't happening. Christmas movie, 100%.
He's holding a pen like this, and he's just angrily,
Bob doling it at me.
He's angrily trying to make a cohesive letter on a piece of paper.
Godspeed.
He's not dead.
Well, we're not long.
All right. I guess it is a Christmas movie, unless it's like it's cursed. You picked up a cursed item, and now this is just haunting. It's like the Sam Raimi movie.
Sure. Yeah, he's got the Necronomicon.
No.
Which one?
Wait, is it a Sam Raimi? The Drag Me to Hell or
Drag Me to Hell, Sam Raimi.
Okay, so it's that where
Gypsy woman cursed her.
Yeah, it's like you pissed off Bruce Willis, and he said it's a Christmas. It's not a Christmas movie. Now that thing follows him. It's like It Follows and Drag Me to Hell together. It just moves to the next person in your family and then drags them to hell and makes your life miserable because you will not agree that it's a Christmas movie. Right. I don't care. I really don't care. You know what I don't think is a Christmas movie? Stupid. Jingle All the Way. Or the Santa Claus, there's 3 of them. I don't think they're Christmas movies. Fight me on that. There you go.
Wow, really?
No, I don't care. I don't care. I want to watch.
Turbo Man.
It's been a couple years. I want to go back this weekend. I'm going to watch Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, even though it's
a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah, but that leads into Christmas. I'm going to watch that because you have to. I haven't watched The Ref in a couple years.
Oh, I love The Ref.
I'm going to go to watch The Ref. I think I'm going to spend some time watching, not Red State. That's the Kevin Smith movie.
No, watch Red State and then watch Red One.
Red One.
And see which one's better.
There was a photo they were showing today about Red One it broke some kind of streaming record.
It's a streaming record. I mean, they all do.
Is it for Amazon?
Amazon. Yeah, okay. Amazon has it.
The photo they used, it looks like The Rock is trying to be Deadpool. The way his jacket is, it's like
it's like this red color, like it's all Christmassy.
The pattern and no, but it's not. It's that dark blood red kind of Deadpool. It looks like it's like an X-Force Deadpool
like that dark
outfit.
Red leather. Yeah.
Imagine they did that though. Rock shows up as Deadpool. The power structures. No, we're not doing that anymore. You failed.
Yes.
This is not about you anymore. Put the mask on and shut up. Anyway. So, we're here. We're queer. We don't want any more bears. Get used to it. Holiday times. We'll get into that in just a second. We talked about Justin coming in. We told you about the ways to do the show. Show business. Show bidness before we get into everything else. This is episode 499.
Ooh.
Who knew the show would last that long? I certainly didn't, but we're here. We are. 499. The next episode... Boys and girls, I'm waiting for the kids at home to scream it. Yes, that's right. 500.
Wow.
I have no idea what to do for the 500. People are saying you got to do something special. What? I don't know.
Look, why?
What am I going to do?
We did 10-year show.
People love rounded number milestones. So unless it's 25 or 50, maybe in some cases 75, it's usually got to be 100, 150, 200, something like that.
Sure.
We're doing Christmas. This is the last episode before Christmas. We're not doing a show next week. I don't want to pre-record a special for the 500th episode because I don't know what kind of concept to do with it. And then between the week of Christmas and New Year's, we don't have to. But we have the option to do a show in that time because we're not required to do another show till after the New Year, which I think New Year's is a Tuesday.
New Year's Day
is Wednesday.
So New Year's Eve
the 3rd,
is Tuesday,
we would technically be back to do the show. It goes out the 4th. So, you'll get a show at the beginning of January. This will be stuff we figure out off air.
Sure.
But just I wanted to make a mention here. We got to figure out what the 500th episode is. Do we do a special?
Do we treat it like the 10-year anniversary, get dressed up and make it a big to-do?
And then not address it at all?
And just not address it. Full suits, like shirt and tie, not like bright and shiny like I did last time, like jacket and everything. We just don't address it.
Or what if we just put hardly any effort into it, and I go and get those terrible gold numbered balloons that I see everybody on Facebook do for their kids for their birthdays, and it's just the 10 is floating around behind us and it's spinning around. It's not in the right everywhere. Order. Yeah, that's what it is. The 500. Where did I get 10 from? Because you said the 10th anniversary. Yeah, I'll get the 500 balloons. It's all just spinning around. It's distracting. The lights reflecting into the camera, so it looks terrible.
Go the opposite direction. Just make it as low key as possible.
Maybe do we do that? Do you have like a party city or something near you?
I'm sure I can probably put something together.
Maybe I'll send you some money over there. We'll get the 500s, and it just looks terrible. Like I'll have the 5 here, and then you have the double.
But it's
zeros.
Backwards because the camera's doing everything, so like it doesn't look like it's 500. It's like why is this the 005?
Backwards. I think it's maybe it is. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. So we got to figure out what to do for 500. Any suggestions, feel free to hit us up on all the social media platforms. Oh, hitting us up on social media platforms, and then I get to the next thing. I really do, that people are still using Facebook for whatever reason, and that they're following anything we post for the show on our we have a Facebook page. We never talk about it because who cares?
Who goes there?
Yeah, it's Eric Nagel on Facebook.
You're all under 60.
But when you don't know how to get in touch with us, it's fairly simple because we're on all the social media platforms. You can always just message us on any of those things, all under It's Eric Nagel. People are trying, when you have a business page, because the show page became a business page because I didn't touch it, and Meta just decided to add all this shit in there. Anytime I post, do you want to spend $75 to reach more people? No, I don't. Do you want to make this an event? No, I don't. I really don't. I'm not. Well, you haven't finished setting up your business space. Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want to. No, it doesn't help us. People are messaging us through I guess there's a messaging inbox for a business page on Facebook.
Interesting. Okay.
I never look at the thing. I have somebody else that goes through, and then they let me know that hey, you've got messages in here of people asking questions. And my first answer is why? Because why are you going that way to do it? If that's the only way, that's fine. Again, not knocking the people who are taking the time to talk to us and support us. That's fantastic. I just think that platform is useless, and there's better ways to do all of this. But if you do message us through Facebook, please don't get upset if we don't see it right away. I'm trying to make more of an effort to look in that inbox to answer people. Now, another reason I bring this up is we've got a lot of responses from last week's episode. All the things we talk about, there were 2 subjects that I got a lot of feedback on. Do you care to guess what they are?
Let's see. What are we talking about? I mean, I know the drones have been a big issue. Probably a lot of drone issues.
Actually, that wasn't an inbox. I posted that drone video.
Right.
And so many people that don't follow our page were all in there commenting and yelling at me because I wouldn't concede that it was the type of aircraft that they choose to identify it as.
Gotcha.
I prefer to say that it is that the what?
I said it. They prefer they them, and you try to do the same joke.
It's exactly what. All right, you beat me to it. Fair enough.
Look, whatever.
Salute to you. Yeah, so they can identify as whatever they want, but I keep saying a drone, and then people say it's obviously this aircraft or it's this thing, and I'll just go nah or no or the big one, incorrect. They don't like being told that they're incorrect. It's not me yelling, it's not me screaming, not calling them an effing idiot or any of that stuff that you would expect in a comment section online. I just immediately dismissive and shoot it down, and then they have to justify, and I'll go, nah, you're still off. Nah, you're still
burying
wrong.
The lead about shooting things down.
Yeah.
My thought is that you did solicit some information on possible new monitor situations. So like, I don't know if maybe
that was a couple weeks ago, and I got a lot of
That was
feedback
last
from all of you. Was it last week? Oh
was
my
last
God.
week.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Time does not mean anything. It's a wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey ball of nothing.
Well, I don't know.
So no, I had, but our pal Chris reached out to me and gave me some suggestions, and as nice as they are, I don't feel like dropping $1,000 per monitor on it right now.
I did see some very expensive monitors when I was out and about the last couple of days. I'm like, oh my God, I am way out of touch on what.
I guess supplemental answer, yes, monitors, but that we're not the top two that we got.
Okay, so then what were the top two then?
Number one, hand soaps. I got a lot of feedback about.
I went into a Bath and Body Works today thinking of you. I'm like, yes. I didn't
is
get
that
anything.
part of my Christmas gift?
I'm gonna be out tomorrow. No, your Christmas gift. I gotta send that out. It's not gonna get to you by Christmas.
No, it is not. You've ruined this child's Christmas. But then again, Jordan hates Christmas and wants to ruin it for everybody else. So he's on brand with this. So a lot of people reaching out about the hand soaps, and a lot of people, to my surprise, were all in on the Twisted Peppermint, saying that it is the top product. Not to my surprise, is the majority of the people that wrote that to me are all female. So guys weren't really writing to me about the peppermint soaps, but I did have some guys telling me that, yes, going the lemon route for putting them in the kitchen is the way to go. So there's more of you out there than I realize, and do not be ashamed. Stand proud. We're all in this together for those buy 3 get 2 free deals at Bath and Body Works. And the day after Christmas, when they start saying, "Get this peppermint shit out of here," when I'm buying them, I'm buying bulk bottles for $2 a piece. That's where my 26th of December goes.
I was gonna say, do you have like a season? Like, they always have like pumpkin spice season, and at some point it ends because you're moving into peppermint. Do you extend peppermint past like, February, just to have a couple months of having those hand soaps and lotions?
I still have some from last time over in the studio bathroom. I still have some time. Wait, am I pointing at the right door? Maybe. I don't know.
That's a poster. No one cares.
I know. There's like a million closets around here, so I don't know. I still have, I think, 2 or 3 left from last year. Okay. So I filled a drawer double stacked with those things.
I'm just saying more like, do you continue to use the peppermint past?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
So you're still actively using it. Okay.
Yes, I have 2 to 3 left that I need to replenish, or else I will not make it through 2025.
Well, you better get on that.
So, I'm going to do that.
Did you get any at the mall the other day? Because you sent me a picture of a mall, and I'm sitting there, like, when you sent me something, like, they set up some giant Dragon Ball Z, like, thing in the middle of the mall during the busiest shopping season. So I was upset about that. I didn't even think about, like, did you, like, go buy more stuff while you were there, like, from Bath & Body Works? Or?
I did for other family members.
Got it.
I just realized we had the wrong Christmas background on. There we go. Yeah, I did. I didn't buy anything for myself. I was buying for some family members. They had a different sale going on because they extended it through the weekend, where everything was $4.95, which is fairly cheap because some of those, I don't buy them, so I don't normally. I don't buy them normally. They're usually gifts, but when they sell the things, it took me a few years. It took me a long time, up until a few years ago, that I realized the difference between body cream and body lotion. I didn't understand what the difference was, other than it looked different, and apparently that's the only difference. One is a thinner, watery base, the other is a thicker cream, and whatever. So I only buy that stuff in all the, I almost said flavors, scents.
I say flavors all the time.
This does taste like Japanese cherry blossom. Fantastic.
Yum.
I'll buy the body soap, the lotion, I'll buy everything of that scent for, whoever I'm buying them for. My mom likes a lot of that stuff, and some of the scents that she likes, they don't carry anymore. So each year I'm trying to find different concoctions. I'm like, would she like this, and whatever. They sell, some of those things sell like $13, $16 a tube.
I know.
And
they're not like huge either.
So that only goes to show you that if they're having a $4.95 sale, the insanely exaggerated markup they put on these products. Some of the candles were like, this 2-wick candle is buy one, get one free. So then they have the little thing that sits over here. It's like a chart graph kind of situation, telling you the price based on the size of the item you're buying. So it was like a 22-ounce candle was $30.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing buy one, get one free for these candles. So you go, okay, so the candles cost less than $15 for them to have made. You're selling one candle. If this wasn't to buy one, get one free, that one candle still is $30.
Right. They're probably making $20 extra on a candle. Those candles are probably $10 to make.
Yeah,
if that.
It's insane. Anyway, so I go there, $4.95 sale. I bought a bunch of stuff pretty cheap and then got out of Dodge because the lines they have the common feeder line at Bath and Body Works. It's a zigzag. And you get it to the end. You
it you're at
a Disney ride.
Like airport or Disney ride, yeah.
You get out to the end of the line, then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 register lines. So you're on the zigzag, and then you got to go to whatever register is open next. Like, they just overcomplicate the process because there's so many fucking people in these stores. The mall I was at has not one, but two Bath and Body Works on two different levels. Yes. Wow. Same store, two different parts of the mall. This mall it's the second biggest mall in the United States behind Mall of America in Minnesota, made by the same people. But I went there on a Sunday, which was so dumb of me. I sent you photos showing you that at the one end of the mall, they had a giant, what was it, Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, it was some giant Dragon Ball Z set up, like just right in the middle of like a huge area.
It was a stage.
It was like a demo of
something.
They
had giant screens showing Dragon Ball Z animated stuff. They had glass museum style cases showing you products and clothing and whatever. They had setups to play video games. Like, this was a whole engaging whatever. It was like, is this a video game convention? Like, what's happening here? Oh no, there's the Van Leeuwen's ice cream place. There's the Toll House cookie place. There's Starbucks is over there. They just took up this giant center and made it all about this one video game. Then for some reason, maybe they got it on discount. I don't know. Like a garage sale. Every other place in the mall had giant Transformer statues. And they're the one...
the actual, like, Optimus Prime, like, those kinds of Transformers?
Well, they didn't have Megatron. They didn't have Optimus. They had everybody else. But it's not the Transformers we know. It's the shitty Michael Bay ones from the live ones there. From the live movies. Live action movies. They're all scattered throughout I'm like, why are there Transformers? And they're big. They're like 8 feet tall. And people they're going up and posing with them and taking photos.
This is just like not like at like a comic book store or some kind of like game store. This is just randomly like, you got, Soundwave in front of Victoria's Secret.
Well, Soundwave wasn't there because Soundwave in those movies was a satellite. You never saw him do anything, remember? God. And he didn't have the filter on his voice. It was just all kinds of disappointment. I'm sending you this photo here. It's not for on air, obviously. But, all right, I just texted it to you. Take a look at this thing. And you can look, if this thing fell over, it would crush children.
Oh, why are you shirtless?
Yeah. Look how giant that thing is.
I was going to say. And she's like 6 feet tall, so that's already really large.
Yes. It's insanely large. They're scattered throughout the place.
That's so random.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense to have that there. What looks like right near like a queue line.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Then they have those animals you can drive all around the mall.
I hate those kids. Like, the kids are running around on fucking zebras and shit.
The mall is essentially 3, I don't know, chambers.
Yeah.
And then at the one end of the mall is an amusement park. Nickelodeon Universal is there. There's a water park. There's a giant indoor snowboarding and ski lift to do indoor skiing.
You have a cooler mall than I've got.
It in a time when no one gives a shit about a mall, this mall shouldn't exist, but it does. It's 3 different stories. They have a Super H Mart in there, if you're not familiar with that, which is...
Is that the Asian store?
Yeah, it's so much fun. And that is 2 stories. So, going through there is a lot of fun. This is the mall that, remember a couple years ago, it looked like the Toys R Us train that takes kids around the place ran over a child.
I think it was last year, wasn't it?
Might have been. Look for
because you showed me pictures. It was like
there's a blood stain and a trail from the train, and they had to close the train. Remember?
I laughed so hard.
And I took photos.
Because you were like, I just want to go to Van Leeuwen ice cream and get me something to eat.
And there's just a
blood trail.
Yeah, there's
everywhere.
a blood smear from the trains that just went past. And they had to close the Toys R Us train for a while because I think it ran over a child. I'm not 100% sure, but there was blood. This was a CSI episode. So yeah, this mall has a ton of weird shit. They just opened a giant aquarium is in there. Cool. There's some kind of weird art experience where you go in and it's like a lot of black light stuff. You go in and there's a portion of it that looks like it's all glass and mirrors, but it's LED reflective light. Like it's a whole museum for the senses, I guess. You go in there and you can't wear shoes. You have to take your shoes off while you're walking through there, which is gross. And I'm like, I was like, oh, that might be something fun to do with the kid until I saw you got to take your shoes off. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Kind of gross.
So it's all encompassing. What was the whole point of this? Oh, yes. Bath and Body Works was one of the things that people reached out to me about feedback for the show. The second thing that people reached out to me for, I am now forgetting, and this is terrifying because you do this live on the air. It's like, oh my God, I'm blanking. What was the second thing?
Well, it wasn't drones. We got Bath and Body Works.
It wasn't the monitors. I'm quickly looking up with a description for last week's show.
Was it scary video gaming playing?
No.
Which, by the way, we finally did like for 10 minutes until it freaked me out, and we had to stop playing.
Let's see, Christmas shopping, Jordan in Vegas, losing your iPhone, the drones. No. Damn it! I forgot what the second thing is. It's gonna bug me now. What was it?
I don't know. You're the one that has access to that. Oh, it's going to kill you. We're going to be in the middle of like segment 2 and it's just going to pop into your head. And it's not going to make any sense whatsoever.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Was it Christmas themed? Were we talking about any kind of like Williams Sonoma
I write a million notes about everything I want to think about and never get a chance to talk about. This I want to talk about and I didn't write it down. Damn it. One of it was the soaps. What was the other fucking thing?
You're going nuts. This would be great. I'm going to get a text at 3 a.m. I kid you not. And he's going to be, I remember what we were trying to talk about.
It'll have.
Are you up? Well, you have access. Like, look it up.
No, I don't remember where it was. It wasn't the
Was it Facebook? Is that the Facebook messages we were getting?
Sometimes I like to go out in a roundabout way to bring in more details to a story and then bring it back home. I went out too far.
Yeah.
And I lost the tether line. I can't get back to the ship. I'm just traveling through the void of space, and I'll never remember what exactly it was.
Well, while we're doing that, here, let's do that. We'll bring up a few things here.
All right, please do.
At the mall, Blitzmob wanted to know, do they have a Dippin' Dots?
I haven't seen a Dippin' Dots in forever. The last time I saw a Dippin' Dots, it was that machine that has like a vacuum that sucks it open. The
The last time I saw it was like at a movie theater. Like they have them at movie theaters now, and just like the little self-serve, like you said, the little machine do all that. Tom is saying that he can't find an all-dressed hand soap for you, so he apologizes for that. Which that would be weird. He's like, I smell like vinegar.
If any place would have it, it would probably be Bath and Body Works in Canada. They would have it somewhere.
Oh, I know. And then let's see. Oh, yeah. So Tom's also saying that I've reverted to the non-sleeves again. Well, Tom, when it's summer, 99% of the time here in a state, sleeves are optional. Like it was 80 degrees today. 80. I've seen snowstorms happening all over the country. People are telling me that they're getting, rain and weather. And I'm sitting there going, it's too hot to wear a sweatshirt. I can't put a hoodie on. It's really, really annoying me. What's more annoying is that Eric still can't find what he's looking for. Oh, it's going to kill you. Apparently, they didn't message him that much.
This isn't what I was looking for, but for some reason, I have a photo of a black baby staring at a spinning dreidel. I don't know why.
What the heck? There's no reason.
I don't know. I don't know why I have.
Did someone send that to you, or is that just in your photo?
No, it was in a Christmas folder for O&A about 12 years ago. And I saw that. Wow. I go, oh, I switched it over to my phone. I'm like, I got to remember to talk about that. And then I don't remember why I had that photo either. But it was definitely unusual. Damn it. I'm not, I guess it's for naught because I can't remember.
Again, you'll think about it later.
That's all I can think about now. And this is ruining everything.
I know. Let's just move forward. We'll bring it back.
What was the other thing?
I don't know.
It was the soaps.
It was just the soaps.
I don't know. I'm bringing this to a screeching halt. And you're all going to suffer until I can remember.
You all sit there and wait until he's
Imagine
ready.
If we were on broadcast radio doing this. It's
just
like
sitting there
what was that first segment like? It was like for 20 minutes he's screaming at himself because he couldn't remember something.
Kept yelling about Bath and Body Works and then nothing else.
It was like 6 to 7 minutes of dead air between thoughts. It was really unsettling.
What do we pay these guys for?
Wasn't the
you lost it.
No, this is my last ditch effort before we move on. Wasn't the monitors. We mentioned the soaps. It wasn't the iPhone.
Let's just listen to the whole show.
Wasn't
again.
The drones.
Oh,
I give up. I give up.
It'll come to you eventually.
I forgot.
I'm sorry that you have nothing.
When does this happen? This never happens to me. I usually always remember it, and I
have the same issue. Like, I can spout off all kinds of movie trivia. I know everything who's in a movie. I can tell you. The second I'm put on the spot, especially when we're live, it just blanks. Like, I can't even name like the simplest of things, and it'll frustrate me. And I get so mad about it. I understand. It's funny to watch, but I understand.
Miss Bai's in the chat here, laughing, saying Bath and Body Works for sure. Works for sure. Steals your brain cells. Don't feel too bad.
Just been huffing the peppermint over there.
Yeah, Pizza King saying Ron and Fez has had lots of dead air. Yeah, but the difference was Ron was the master of what they call the pregnant pause. He could figure, like, he would tell a story and purposely just leave dozens of seconds of dead air, and it would be perfectly fine. Like, he didn't have to race to fill the time. He would sit there. I don't know about that, Fez.
Just dead
air. Jason and Trenton, what do you got on the Ron and Fez show? Like it like 10, 20 seconds went past before he answered the phone call, and it worked on his show. If you're on a talk show, a sports show, political show, that kind of thing, and like if Sean Hannity's saying whatever I'm just saying Sean because he's, people would know his name. He would sit there and he'd make a thought, and then he goes for 20 seconds, and while he goes, Mitch in Wisconsin, what do you got? It's like what why are we listening to this? It only worked on Ron and Fez. Don't try to recreate it because it just cannot happen. Oh, I pronounced it wrong. It's not Miss Bai, it's Miss B, spelt with 2 I's. Well, you could see how this might have been confusing. So I do apologize.
Leave her alone. She's bisexual.
Now I'm just going to call you Ms. B. I'm not even going to assume that you're female. Isn't Ms. the one that doesn't mean that you're single or married, right? Like Ms. Pac-Man, even though she was married.
Miss Pac-Man, MS.
She had a bow. That's
married.
the difference.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Outsold Pac-Man 2-1 just because she had a bow. That was it.
Can you imagine they try to do that now? All those people complaining that, female character.
Right.
It's terrible. The bow's a different color. I don't like it.
All right. I don't remember what the second thing is. If it comes to me, I'll interrupt at the wrong spot with it. Also, E-Rock Radio Volume 2 is going to happen this year.
Yep.
So Jordan has his top 5. I got to figure out mine. I'm going through these settings, trying to filter out all the kid stuff and see what I actually listened to this year that wasn't Doc McStuffins or Gabby's Dollhouse or
I still think
a
you need to
multitude
talk
of
about
Disney soundtracks. What?
Or the Brazilian weird stuff. That was just
oh yeah,
showed up
when
on your
the
list.
Brazilian when my account was hacked, and that was the problem. I'll mention that in the show. That it was my #1 most streamed song for the year. It's a song I don't know what they're singing and I've never heard of in my life. But apparently I played it for like what 400 minutes or something.
You had a lot of time in that one song.
Yeah. So Erock Radio Volume 2 will be coming. All right. Oh, I want to go back to you. You were in Vegas last week. You were there for more of a work thing, but turned it into a fun. Jordan's going to go and drink adult child beverages. Got drunk on adult Baja Blast.
It wasn't the only thing I was drinking, but yeah,
so
it definitely didn't help.
There's an update. What happened in Vegas that's not staying in Vegas here?
Apparently COVID is sweeping the nation at my place of business. So I was part of this was like 2 different teams that we usually go to these things. We have different different campuses that all went, but apparently my main boss wasn't feeling great as she was leaving. She lives in Florida, so she had to leave a little earlier than everybody. She flew out, and then the next day she's like, "Hey, I'm not feeling great. I took a test. I tested positive.
I'm pregnant, and it's not yours. I'm just was trying to make you feel bad."
Yeah, well, when you're that blackout.
Whoa! Oh, blackout. Gotcha. About to say,
and then so then it's like, okay, so keep an eye out. So I let my team know, and then the other manager let their team know, and then slowly as the days progressed, I'm finding out this person tested positive, isn't feeling good. This person tested positive, isn't feeling good.
No.
So they're going, thankfully
you knocked everybody up. That was some party that you had.
I'm gonna have so many kids, but
You're used to it.
But yeah, everyone seems to be grabbing the vid from Vegas, and I don't know if it was like originated there or was like someone traveled over, then started feeling garbagey, and then like gave it to somebody else. But yeah, thankfully I'm not feeling it. My kid is not feeling great right now. That's he's downstairs with a fever, so I feel the high fever issues that you were having with yours. So loaded up full of Tylenol. We'll see how it goes, but he may be staying home tomorrow. We'll see.
Remember
thankfully not testing positive. I don't feel like anything's wrong.
That's good.
I still don't know if I should just go test to see at this point. Like, if they're going to go ahead and do it, go ahead and do it.
There's a really easy way to ensure that you're not sick. You ready?
Yes.
Put your hand out like this. Okay. Circle, dot. Now you got your COVID shot.
Shoot, I did it. I'm
Wait,
cured.
maybe that's the wrong thing I'm thinking of. I don't know. It could be right. Chance it and see how it goes.
Right.
Just that might work for you.
So yes, no good deed goes unpunished. Apparently, when you're going on work trips, everyone is getting COVID. Yeah. And I thought like we eradicated it 2 years ago, but apparently it's alive and well for everybody still.
Well, wish you all the best. If I don't see you next year, then I'll know. What happened to you.
God, I hate that New Year's thing.
Do people still do that?
I've seen.
I've only heard people do that to mock it. I've never heard people saying it seriously anymore, which is a good thing. It means in some ways we've progressed, but
I'm sure I work New Year's Eve for a little bit. I'm sure I'm going to see it pop up. And if it does, I'm screenshotting and we'll talk about it because it's ridiculous and people need to stop it. Knock it off.
Okay. Anything else we need to talk about? Because I have videos and stuff I want to get to, but I want to hit some of the other subjects before. Because, Justin's coming up later. Justin Mauriello from I Hate Kate. He's going to be here to talk about This Is What We're Living For, his brand new single, and just catching up with an old friend.
You had sent something the other day, and I kind of wanted to address it real quick, where you found a company online. Now, I didn't put the link to the company, but I did put the ad that you were having issue with here. That you said that their ads are a problem. And now I'm going to bring up one of the ads real quick. And this is what you said. I have no context. You never elaborated. You just said, I want to know what your issue is with this particular ad right here for this company.
Oh, all right. Wasn't there a link for it?
It was for an X account. I didn't know if we could bring it up here. There was no other I mean, we could look up the company
hold on.
themselves, but if you want to bring up X,
I'll bring up. I'm not going to bring up their account, but I want to bring up the name of the company.
I can do it right here. It's NoShaveLife.
Okay, NoShaveLife. So this started showing up in ads.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's a platform that's not Meta owned, they don't show up. The ads don't show up based on things you looked at, based on things you talked about. Hell, based on things you've just talked about with a friend on the phone, and then it shows up there. That shows up on Instagram and Facebook and what have you all the time. X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, has their own ads that come up in there. Now, maybe I turned off something that says don't show me ads based on my algorithm, or they don't do that. They're just taking money from whoever's going to spend for ads. This is an ad that showed up that should have been like on Matt OG's timeline, because it's all about
right.
promoting beard health and beard life and beard positivity, and you married a beard, maybe not married a beard, but whatever. So
wrong site.
Their things here said it's NoShaveLife, lotions and potions to make your beard cheek friendly for the ladies and children in your life, and hats and apparel celebrating the beard life for you and the boys. Okay, there are people who are obsessed with sneakers. There are people who are obsessed with other weird things. There are, I don't know, are they beardophiles? What are they called?
I don't know.
We'll just call them beardos. These beardos are all about having a beard. They always looking for different product about beard. They talk to people about their beard. It's a community. I'm not denying that. This company shows up somehow in my timeline, and bring that ad back up again.
Got a couple here. So yeah, there's the one.
So it says, if your boyfriend doesn't have a beard, you have a girlfriend. Now I'm like, that's kind of ballsy. That's a bit risky to put out there.
Well, here's another one that I found for you.
Okay. It says, why do I grow a beard? Because I'm neither a woman nor a child. Now, that can be dangerous because men, according to this, men can give birth and women can have beards. Anything's possible nowadays, according to the internet. So that can be problematic. But a lot of this is pretty much set. You're trying to sell guys on your beard products in a beard way of life by calling out people who don't have beards, saying essentially you're women, you're pussies, you're the F slur, you're all of this stuff if you don't have a beard like a real man has a beard. Okay, no, go fuck yourself.
Because they definitely leaned hard into these.
Yeah.
Like this one. Here's this one. There's a name for people without beards. Women.
Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck your company. Fuck everybody that supports this company. Because look, I couldn't mock Jordan because Jordan has somewhat of a kempt beard.
I keep it.
It's well kempt. Yeah. But mine here is just because I was waiting a couple days so that it's easier to shave. That's about the only reason I have that. I don't like the beard. I had a beard once, I think during COVID, just because I wanted to see what it'd be like, and it's itchy. It's terrible. I don't need to maintain a beard. I don't need all kinds of product to make sure that it's
lotions and oils.
Yes, that it's silky smooth. Brush it 100 times each side so go to bed at night. I don't need that kind of shit.
Beard, comb.
If anything, if you have a beard and you're this obsessed with this and presenting in that way, you are a woman. Because that is what a woman would do. A woman has, the Pantene Provine shit that, they put in their hair because they have a conditioner. They have to have their shampoo. They have to have a special colorizer thing if they color their hair. There's a million products for their hair. They got to brush it a certain way. They have special kind of diffusers or hair dryers and gels and other stuff in there. There's dry shampoo that they put in there if they have to go to work, but they don't have a time to take a shower. So that it gives you an extra day. It's like a free bonus guy in a video game. So it's like, all right, I have one more life to play with before I actually have to pay attention to this game. That's what it is. So if you're this obsessed with your beard, I'm not saying men out there, all men, the people at this ad company, I know what you're trying to do. You got my attention, but I'm not falling for this shit. You're not shaming me into having a beard and buying your crappy product and living that terrible way of life that you do. I've said this to Brian Johnson, who's probably got one of the more impressive beards that I know in there.
Beard, yeah.
He got to a certain point where he just keeps it trimmed and he goes out that and he's like, he can't be bothered with all this kind of high maintenance product. He even thinks it's a little himself for guys who are doing all of that stuff. Now,
I was letting mine grow out a bit, like right before I think the beginning of October, and it got pretty long, and it was bushy and stuff like that. But you get to a point where it's itchy. Then you really got to start maintaining, and I'm just like, is it really worth it? Like, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, I keep it down. I don't want it all the way off. No one wants to see underneath here. So, like, I do.
I get why some people have beards because they have awful faces. No, they have a weak chin line or whatever. Their jaw lines. I've seen people where there's no neck. It just goes from their face all the way down through there. And I get why they do that. Some of them do that pencil thin outline beard, like thinking that just because you traced it and put an outline to your face doesn't make it stand out and look more manly. There's no helping you. But I also know guys who are very manly men who have beards that are in biker clubs, or former Marines or things like that, where they keep it groomed. They like the beard. They like that way of life, but they're not going all about the products and wearing T-shirts about beards or wearing hats about beards and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
that makes you.
They do have a brand line where they like trying to sell hats. I'm like, who's wearing these?
Yeah,
who's wearing these hats?
Right.
Like, support your sporting team. Sure, do all that. I have all that. Who's wearing, like, this is the beard oil company?
Get your beard gear and represent for the bearded nation.
Like, why would you do that?
Represent for the bearded nation all across the world. Hit the corner with those Lolos, girl.
Yeah, no thanks.
No. Ms. B saying, literally, all anyone needs is like castor oil or keratin balm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is, but okay. Yeah. You know what I need? One of those extended lighters that you use for a barbecue. So when they're not looking, I just go after they put the oil in their beard to make it look shiny and smooth, that it just goes up in flames. And they're running around like that guy in the Weird Al Nirvana music video where he's just running around in flames behind them while they're in the gym. Yeah. So yeah, fuck it. And then there's other things here. There was other photos they had where it's like a guy shaving off his beard, wipes his face with a towel. They pull the towel away. It's an infant's face.
And he's a kid now. Yeah.
There are women who like beards. There are women who like guys that are hairy. Like they like a hairy chest. There's women that like guys that, and I don't know how women put this up with this. The guys who not only just have like the hairy chest, but they've got the same amount of tuft of hair on their shoulders, on their back. Like, I don't know how women like any of that shit.
No.
If anything, if I had to be a woman, I would think the clean-cut, shaven person might be more attractive than the person with the beard. Not in all cases, but the majority of the time, I would think that's what women would be looking forward to. Every woman's different. I get that. But alas, this is not the case, where they're trying to essentially bully your future clientele. Mm-hmm. You don't have a beard. It's like, oh, you're going to peer pressure me into looking cool? You know what this comes off of? The stupid 80s anti-drug commercials where they're like, come on, man, when you're standing there and you're smoking a joint and you won't do it. And this one kid won't do it. And they go make fun of him. And it's like, you're the cool kid. You walked away from the handball court while they're all lighting up. Their futures are going to be terrible and they're not going to have lives and money and all. It's like, all right, there's a lot going on in this ad that you're projecting onto these kids here. They might look. There's been plenty of people who've engaged with all kinds of recreational activities that have went on to be a success. Now, are there people who don't? Absolutely. Let's not label these kids. Let's see where they go from here. That's what they're doing here. Fuck all the way off. NoShaveLife. That ad campaign, you got my attention.
I hope they sponsor us at some point. It'd be hilarious.
Jordan, we're here with NoShaveLife.
Jordan, you have a beard.
Promotional code fuck Eric and get 100% off the product. It's like, what?
Yeah. Free keratin balm with every code. Fuck Eric Nagel.
Yeah. Yeah, let them become Ghost Rider. Exactly. Light them up and let them just flaming head. If they got on a motorcycle, maybe I'll look into the no beard, this NoShaveLife thing. I'm like, hey, if you put it on, unknown side effect is if you light their beard on fire, they turn into Ghost Rider. So maybe
the new Marvel tie-in.
Yeah,
because they have these companies that do like tie-ins. Like I literally just got some soap yesterday that I ordered that was Lord of the Rings soap, but it was from a company that does like they'll do like they did a Star Wars set. They had like Harry Potter. They just do regular sets, and they do all these different soaps. I just happened to get the the newest one for Lord of the Rings, and it's fucking smells great.
I'm going to generate a meme.
Okay.
After this show.
Uh-oh.
And it's Lionel Hutz, where he says no money down. He goes, no money down. No shave life. We're all going to be about the shave life now.
Oh no, I'm not shaving.
We are all about shave life. Hashtag no comma shave. No, the comma ruins the hashtag. But
yeah, you can't ruin
no shave
life.
Life.
Comma.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to kind of twist their logo a bit. It'll be no shave life. Screw you, bearded gentlemen, you beardos.
You beardos. It's a show title.
There's another company I'm having an issue with.
Okay.
And
we're just gonna just burn all our bridges with any potential sponsors.
Yeah, because I don't care.
Nice.
eHarmony. You're familiar with eHarmony?
I've heard of it. I've never used their product, but
it's one of the oldest, as far as I can recall. I think it's one of the oldest dating companies. Out there. No, it's not. I don't think it's one of the most popular, but it's one of the oldest because the ones they use for dating are the. I just saw Bumble ads showing up again on Instagram and on television, and I haven't heard that company in a while. But Bumble.
Yeah, Rob doesn't talk about it a lot.
Well, because he's on Grindr, which everybody knows about Grindr. Tinder. I think Tinder's going through some new thing because I think they started a new ad campaign too. But you know what I'm talking about. The older ones were eHarmony, which the eHarmony one was, remember, it's like you got to fill out like a 20-page questionnaire.
Oh, yeah. They really wanted
They presented it like it was science and mathematics coming together, saying, with this with the analytics from this, we will pair you with your identical soulmate. And like it was a whole process of going through this thing. It wasn't just chancing people in your area and hoping it works out. They made it appear like it was a whole scientific thing. Then you had the religious ones, Christian Mingle and J-Date, and this one I didn't know, but Farmers Only.
Oh, I've seen those.
Jay Shep is saying in the.
It almost seems like a very low budget commercial, and then their tagline is right. He goes, "City folk just don't understand."
Yeah, that's what he read. City folks just don't get it.
Yeah, just don't get it.
That's fine. I don't live out in a farm, and good. It works for you.
Yeah.
But eHarmony, one of the oldest ones, at least that I can recall, other than, growing up in the 80s when they would have the 900 numbers for party lines for where you could go and meet people on the phone, which, oof.
I know.
So eHarmony has a campaign coming out, and I'll say this, they've completely abandoned any kind of reputable scientific presentation they gave to what this company was all about. They've went so far in the other direction now, and we're going to add this to the category of accidental sexual ads. If you don't know what we're talking about, we've featured such ads like Overnight Oats. Remember the Overnight Oats ad where this line was said?
You need this in your box.
There we go. All right.
There it is.
That was the full. Hold on.
Cream pie. Trust me, you need this in your box.
That's the one I was looking for.
That's
okay.
Perfect.
Right. So there was that. Then there was the ad for, it was like an Ozempic knockoff, like a generic Ozempic.
Right.
Where the lady said this.
I'm not quite sure how something that's just a little tiny prick can be so powerful in so many different ways.
Right?
That's my favorite.
So
what about the pickle guy? Do you get that one?
It's so hard, it's so huge, and you can't get your mouth around it. It's too much.
Yeah. That was a food review for Jimmy John's pickle sandwich.
Right.
So a lot of accidentally suggestive ads.
Very suggestive.
So this one comes out, and I'm going to describe it for the radio people, even though you here live can see it. But take a look at this and tell me where you think this is going, okay? Okay. It's a very eclectic living room, and it's a lesbian couple, kind of curled up together, sitting on the couch, watching television,
enjoying their time together.
Yeah. An alarm is going off, and it cuts to their laundry room.
Yeah,
so I guess
laundry.
I guess the either the dryer's done or the washing machine's done. You got to move it to the dryer, right? So they look at each other, and one knows that they have to get up and do the laundry. Now, the manlier of the female. She's got a shaved head. She's wearing giant, oversized 1970s boxer shorts.
Sure.
Looks at her. Gets up, runs into their bedroom.
Oh, no. Oh, it's party time right here.
Presenting themselves as if they're lined up for crucifixion on the bed, arms out, legs spread open, laying on the bed.
They're doing the starfish. When you fall into some water and you want to not drown.
Right. So what do you think that this is suggesting? She's looking up and she's laying down. She's presenting. She's ready.
She's ready to go.
She's ready to get effed. Right? Here's the twist.
Get who gets you. eHarmony.
She's laying there with her legs open and arms out like it's like, take me now. I'm ready to get fucked. She shakes her head. They exchange looks like, yeah, come on, it's time. She takes the hot laundry and it gives her a laundry facial on the bed. She dumps all the hot laundry on her face and you just see the legs kicking like in passion.
Right.
That she just got this hot load of laundry thrown on her face.
eHarmony, taking hot loads.
This aired during Kelly Clarkson on NBC.
I mean, it's very suggestive if you are going there in your head. Like most people would be like, oh, she just likes the feel of hot laundry. Like she's keeping warm. No, she's getting a load on her face.
Jay Shep in the chat there. A closed bukkake. Yes, that's exactly what it is. She's laying there. She's giving the nod like, ravage me, take advantage of me, let's go now. And then the other one just dumps a hot load of laundry on her face. And it's not anywhere else on the body. It's just, it jumps right on her face.
Get who gets you.
Get who gets me. I like hot loads of laundry on my face. Thank you, eHarmony, for pairing us together.
Yeah, that is
They've completely abandoned the approach of the science of it being legitimate. Hey, it's not just for a hookup. We're here to help you find the partner to live the rest of your life. They probably realized nobody gives a shit about that anymore. People are fucking 6 other people a day on Tinder just because they're in their area without any kind of consequences or, connections to these people. We need to get into some of this kind of anonymous sex money. There's a whole series of ads like this where it's all sexually suggestive about meeting your life partner.
And all of it is just people throwing stuff on each other's faces. That's weird.
Tom from Alberta. eHarmony, we can help you find that special hot load. Yes, exactly. Ms. B, the most literal hot load. Oh my God. Yes. Jay Shep, she goes downy. If we didn't have a guest,
that as a show title?
That would have been the show title. Another ad that popped up. This is interesting. Just when you thought, because I had made mention to The Chronic earlier, Dr. Dre's legendary album. Just when you thought Dre and Snoop couldn't do anything else to make more money, they're billionaires, or at least Dre's a billionaire, and Snoop's got to be approaching it soon.
Oh, Snoop has so much. I mean, like he's still he's part owner of Death Row. He's on every commercial now. I just saw a video of him because he's got a skin in Fortnite.
He was the Olympic ambassador for the United States for NBC, and he is again for 2028 now because it's in Los Angeles. So
Can you imagine talking to kids nowadays? Like your kid's too young to know, but when she's old enough and she's seeing these things like Snoop was this, and this. Growing up for us, Snoop was on trial for murder.
Yeah, murder was the case that they gave me. Yeah,
exactly. Like, and now like, oh no, that's Martha Stewart's friend.
Do you want to talk about? I met him a few times at SiriusXM. Very nice guy.
He's like a nice guy. Yeah. He may have just killed a bitch. Who
but
knows?
Yeah, look, good on him. Like he got a lot of shit for doing Pocket Like It's Hot, for selling out to Hot Pockets. But do you think he gives a fuck?
No,
he did a reggae album as Snoop Lion. But you look at his life, he's like, he turned his whole life around from where he came from. He coached his kids' football team for the entirety of, that he possibly could for, the kids run in I Is it even amateur sports when it's a high school league or something? Whatever it is,
No.
right? The Pop Warner League, I guess. Yeah. That kind of thing. Been with the same lady for forever. Gives zero fucks about what you think about him and smoking weed. Everybody loves him. Everybody works with him. He did shit with commercials with Martha Stewart. He performed at the Super Bowl in a whole West Coast showcase, which was fantastic.
He was told specifically not to wear gang colors. He comes
and
out
do the Crip walk, and he came out in gang colors doing the Crip walk while holding a joint in the middle of
the Super Bowl.
He could do whatever he wants, right?
Right.
But if you want to talk about a case like somebody who could turn his life around, him. He turned his fucking life around. Dre too, and Ice Cube and all of them from where they came from. But I mean, if you ever want to look at a guy, maybe you don't have to say he's a role model, but if you want an example of how anything is possible in this country, Snoop Dogg, right?
Snoop's the guy.
What I'm getting to is Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre have a new venture out.
Okay.
Are you aware of this? That they have a gin line now?
No.
All right.
I mean, it makes sense.
You're gonna love this ad. Check this out.
A gin bottle, go fuck, dog. That's it, huh?
Dapper motherfuckers.
It's Snoop Dogg and Dre walking into one of those old school kind of.
It looks like a club,
lounge,
lounge club.
But it's a lot of wood, a lot of brass. It looks like something from like the Rat Pack days, that kind of
dressed
thing.
Up in tuxes. They're looking good.
They're looking very money, right?
I took care of that thing.
The thing? What thing is he talking about? The thing? What thing?
Yeah, they're in tuxedos.
You know the
They're
thing.
looking good. Some guys that look like they were kind of like some kind of Latin gang just said, "Oh, we took care of that thing. That's where we're at."
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, gentlemen. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you guys.
Got you taking this.
Look who's at the bar. Staring at him across
Sammy
the room.
Davis Jr.
And
I didn't see the other guy real quick. Oh my god! Wow. I mean, that's pretty good. That looks good.
This is the
Sammy,
AI
not so much.
regeneration stuff. Like we saw it with Harrison Ford in Indiana, the latest Indiana Jones. We've seen it in
the de-aging and stuff like that. But
they
this
did it
is
with Tom Hanks. They do all that stuff. So they had to get permission from the families of Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. to do this.
Mm-hmm.
They're there.
Yeah.
It's like how they do the motion scans for athletes now for figures and Funko Pops and video games and all that shit. It's like they did this. So now Sammy and Frank are in the same club talking to Dre and Snoop.
Now, who the hell are these guys? I heard those are the new gangsters in town. Brenda, come here a sec.
Like the mouths are slightly
Tell those
off,
guys
but it's
we'd
still
like to meet
impressive.
It might be for me playing the video.
Why not?
Okay.
So Frank just sent over one of the cocktail waitresses to summon, I guess, Dre and Snoop to come over.
I have a couple of gentlemen over at the bar that would like to meet you all.
Wow.
Frank,
Snoop,
Sammy.
Dre,
So, what's your pleasure? What are you guys drinking?
gin. Still gin.
Okay.
Still gin for everybody.
Frank just said, "All right, still gin for everybody in the club." They're sitting at Frank's private. You know how they have those half circle booths?
Yeah.
Behind curtains and stuff. It's Frank, Sammy, Snoop, and Dre sitting there enjoying gin.
Good life. Don't kill anybody tonight.
Still G.I.N. is the name of the gin line.
I'm gonna look it
I'm
up.
not a gin person, but I am so fascinated by this ad. And of course, it's like, hey, why not put out the product line? Go right ahead.
I'm surprised they didn't do it earlier.
This ad is amazing.
Here, go back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like right about there.
What are we looking for?
I heard Frank say something, and I want to see if I heard it right. So go ahead. And,
Okay.
Yeah. You can
Still gin for everybody.
All right.
All right. Cheers.
It's a good life. Don't kill anybody tonight.
Don't kill anybody tonight. Did I hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is one, the technology is amazing.
Yeah.
Right. Two, the concept is even better. It's like I was fascinated by this. I don't drink gin, so I'm never going to taste this stuff. But the naming of it,
still G.I.N.
Still
Perfect.
G.I.N. is hilarious.
So I have the site up. What would you think this particular bottle? You know, you've got this ad. You got who's backing it. What do you think this is going to cost? And think, you know, when Diddy at his height was doing Ciroc or all this stuff. What do you think this is going to cost you?
Well, it's going to be high end, but they also got to keep it reasonable for consumer purchasing, unless this is a limited edition thing, which that I'm not sure. Is it a limited edition, or does it look like it's open for
looks
sale?
Looks like you can just get it right on their website. Yep.
I'll say between $60 and $70.
You shot too high, my friend.
Even
$40.
Perfect.
$40.
Perfect.
Like I don't drink gin. I think I want to get this, and it's tied in with, I don't know if you ever saw it, the gin and juice line that Snoop put out.
Snoop had, yeah.
Yes, so it's like the same website. So you go there, you can get the gin and juice, and then you get the still G.I.N. for like $40, you know, and then shipping. Or I'm sure you can find it anywhere that alcohol is sold.
Jay Shep in the chat. Snoop is always at the forefront of this. Remember, he did the performance with the Tupac hologram at Coachella. Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't done holograms more. Like that was a big thing, and no one really did it.
They did Tupac. They did Freddie Mercury.
Did they do Freddie? Okay.
And I think they were trying to do a Michael Jackson one, and then that documentary and stuff was coming out, or they started shooting that. I don't remember. Because there was rumor that it was going to be a Michael Jackson hologram with the living members of the Jackson 5, recreating you remember the Motown 25 thing they did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, they never really got any further with, and maybe they just abandoned it because there was other places to do all of this stuff here.
Sure.
But this, there's so many layers to this, right? It makes sense. It for what they're doing here. The technology of bringing these people back, getting the voices, getting the permission from the families to do all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. But also the fact that this is not airing on television, which is great. Because like you said at the end, Frankie goes, now don't kill anybody.
I'm like,
that would never fly on television.
No.
But they don't give a fuck about television. This is on YouTube. I mean, they put it up on all their social media platforms. It's on YouTube. There's a shorter version of this I haven't seen it, but somebody told me there's a shorter version that runs through pop-ups or pre-rolls for certain websites and stuff, for certain videos, that kind of thing. I'm always a big fan of advertising presentations. I mean, that's one of the main reasons you watch the Super Bowl, but they've been very lax the last several years. I was just in awe. I watched this thing at least a dozen times.
It's pretty impressive.
And that's the way this is all going now.
I gotta say, like, Frank looks good. I think the mouths are a little off. I think Sammy looks a little off. It almost looks like he looks like Andre 3000 a little bit. Like something's off about it. I'm saying
this with the purest intent. They may have had to lighten Sammy because it was a dark setting.
Maybe.
You know, and I'm guessing a lot of this was built on like how audio AI is. You can submit, you have to submit so many hours of samples of somebody before it can generate the voice, and it keeps learning, refining. I'm guessing this technology is like they're just playing the movies, their movie into this system, or maybe their live specials or television appearances.
They're no short of footage. I mean, they could definitely feed these machines and see what they can do.
Jay Shep saying it looks like the Indiana Jones video game, close but not quite there yet. It's still good.
It's really good.
That's fair.
That game is fun for me.
But I was in awe by this still G.I.N. ad. I said, "Oh, this is fantastic."
I could literally go buy this for $40 at the local Safeway 5 minutes from my house. Like, I may just grab this because of this and just have it.
We got to.
Pretty cool.
I'm thinking we'll skip the rest of the news stuff here. We'll go to a bunch of these videos I have here. Do you want to do the full Christmas rush home before going to Justin, or do you want to see a couple of food things I found before going into the Christmas stuff?
Well, let's go to food stuff. I like the food stuff.
Christmas. What do you do on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? I know you're not a big celebrator of the holiday, but do you at least do anything food-wise to treat you and your family?
Well,
If you
the
say
two
pizzas,
holidays,
I'm going to throw something at you.
Well, it depends. So there's two different types of things. Like, so you got your Thanksgiving dinners. Usually for me, it's usually the turkey, all the trimmings and stuff like that. I never do any ham for Thanksgiving. Ham is usually relegated to Christmas holiday.
Fair enough.
Christmas or Easter. The two Jesus holidays are going to be ham based because, Jews. So that's usually
way to
kind
stick
of where
it to them
I go.
by eating pork.
I'm going to eat pork.
How do we
on
make
your
this
holiday.
as non-kosher as possible? Here's what we do.
Ham.
Yeah, it's ham with mac and cheese. There you
I
go.
love mac and cheese. So yeah, usually I'll do like some ham or something like that. Or what we do is like Meximus. So we do like, instead of doing traditional, we'll just go get a bunch of tamales, get some enchiladas, make a whole taco thing. We'll just go completely Mexican food. And that's usually really good too. So those are the two traditional things that we do. I've got a guy down the street that just parks his car on the side of the road and sells tamales that his wife makes. Like tamales are huge here in the Southwest. They're fantastic. It's one of my favorite Christmas.
I would love to try
things.
that is a regional thing.
Oh yeah.
But I don't have that around here, so obviously it's not going to be a big influence. But I would try that if I was elsewhere. I would love to try that. That sounds great.
Tamales are great, and then just do Mexican Christmas, get the little sides, and just have a good old time. And it's just always fun. I like that stuff.
For me, it has been for the last at least decade or so. I make prime rib.
Yeah.
I have a place where I get good deals on prime rib, and I'm going to pick up my prime rib. I think Sunday or Monday. And I'll be doing that, and you make all kinds of sides. I'm trying a new au jus to go with it. Our pals at Kinder have a bone broth au jus that I'm going to try for the first time, so I will let you know how that goes.
I looked for that when you sent me that picture, and I didn't find it. I'm going to keep looking because I'll do it.
If you can't find it, I'll go grab a few and throw it in a box for you. So, yeah, I'm going to do the prime rib for Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, depending which family I go, is where, whatever they make for that. But Christmas Eve is for me, damn it, and that's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So every now and then I go online and I look up stuff with prime rib. I'm always looking for different things to make with the prime rib, maybe a different side, something to add to it. Like this year, I'll do the au jus. Just to try it out before I make a version where I mix the creamy horseradish into it.
I was just gonna say, creamy. Ooh.
I'm not going to mix it at first. I think I might make two au jus.
You'd want to taste what that au jus is going to be like
before I put the horseradish,
and then
in,
you just muck it all up.
Because if it's really good, I'm like, maybe I don't need it. I can dip it in the au jus and then dip it into the creamy horseradish and have it that way. So I found something online, and it's a new way of cooking prime rib that I wasn't aware of that you could do it. It makes sense. I mean, everyone does this for turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out. You can now fry a prime rib.
I bake prime rib when you're an American and you can just deep fry it. Got a 3-bone prime rib. Gonna fry this guy for about 45 minutes. Pull it out for crispy edge to edge, medium rare, juicy. This was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'd eat it.
Right.
Nothing about that sounds bad.
No, not at all.
That looks really good. I just never thought of doing that.
I didn't either, but
edge meat.
Well, hold on, let me bring that up.
Yeah, put the edge meat on there.
Look at that. I never thought to deep fry a prime rib.
And it probably flash cooks the outside just enough where it does maintain that nice pink center.
I'll never deep fry anything.
I've always wanted to try it. I just never do.
I want to watch other people do it, and I want to go to their house if they do it.
And eat it. Yeah.
I don't trust that I'll do it right, and I'll feel terrible if I messed up a turkey or if I messed up an expensive prime rib, trying it just because I saw it on the internet. If somebody else I knew who was good at this was doing this, I would definitely try this. Prime rib is such a delicate piece of meat and expensive that I don't want to. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a different way to say it. I just don't want to ruin it.
You just don't want to mess it up. I get it.
But if somebody's better at this than I will definitely give this a try because I'm curious.
When you do your prime rib, do you season the outside like when you make it, or do you just pop it in? Because this just looks like there's nothing on the outside. There's just nothing, and you deep fry it, and you let it just be meat that's been fried? Like, do you like spice it up? Do you have like peppercorn? Do you do anything like that with yours?
I do. Well, first of all, J Shep said, I bet the crisp on the outside is so delicious.
Oh yeah, looks great.
Dude, when you can get a nice crisp from frying, or if you broiling even, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a barbecue brisket, I love burnt ends. Burnt ends are my favorite because if you just get, it's almost charcoal, but it's not. There's nothing better. For what I do, and I'm doing something a little different this year. So when I go to bake the prime rib, put it in the oven, what I usually do, because you put it bone down, right? And then the top layer is that layer of fat on it that I will usually, the night before, massage. I put olive oil on it. I paint the whole thing. And then I have my concoction of butcher blends mixed together, and I rub that in with the olive oil, right? And I'll let it sit overnight, and then in the fridge, and then the next day I put it in. What I saw somebody do online, and I'm going to try it this year, they went and they cut the bone off the bottom of the prime rib, right? Went right to like they were cutting against the bone so that there was no meat on the bone. Did a full clean cut, prepped the prime rib on the top. And this way you can do the bottom now because the bone and that cartilage isn't there, right? Mm-hmm. So they're prepping the bottom of it too. Then they put the bone on the top of the fat layer and they tied it together that way. So now it's sitting in the pan with the bone on top of it, almost protecting it, right?
Right.
And they showed and they came out, and the couple of the videos I saw, it's showing like that outer rim of the prime rib not going well or well done, where the center is pink. All of it's pink under the crust.
Oh, that's so good.
So I'm going to watch a few more and study it, but I think I'm going to try that this year. I'm going to cut the bone off, put it on the top, tie it back together, and cook it that way. I'll let you know how that goes.
That sounds so good.
I want prime rib right now.
I really do too.
Right.
Damn, that sounds really good. Oof.
Hold on, I'm getting something here.
Yeah, because I've reverse seared prime rib. I've done that stuff. You just put all like sage or all that stuff all over it. It definitely needs
sage can be tricky because sage can be overpowering.
Yeah, if you
just
do too
like
much.
I don't remember if it's rosemary or thyme. One of the two. It might be thyme.
Rosemary can be very.
It is rosemary then, because I've had rosemary chicken where you're like, oh, this looks fantastic, but you go to eat it, it's like it's taking away from.
They've done too much. Yeah.
Sage can be overpowering too, and it also keeps the demons away. But other than that, it can. I don't. Maybe I could mix that in. I'll grind it up a bit more so it's a bit more fine rather than some bits and pieces of the leaves. I'll think about that. Jay Shep, a lot of fires start from deep fried turkeys. I know, and I laugh at those videos every year. It's like the three that you used to expect every year was the Black Friday fights, the accidents from 4th of July fireworks,
which there were a lot this year,
and the explosions and fires from frying turkeys. Mm-hmm. That's one of the main fears that I have. I don't want to chance it because that hot oil and a frozen whatever can be a powder keg. And I'm not confident enough in myself to do that, so I will never do it. I am considering getting a smoker for this summer.
Smoker is
I've
good.
Never done that, and I've got the patience for it, so I'll sit there and
I was gonna say, because you've got to really, if you're not gonna go electric, you have to be patient.
Yeah,
now
with
if
the
you
wood
go
chips
electric,
and all
however,
of that,
you're not gonna get the smoke ring. So
one of my neighbors does it, and he cooks ribs for like 8 hours.
Yeah,
and it just smells wonderful all day while he's doing it.
So I was driving down the street. I think it was about 2 weeks ago.
He smoked a barbecue. A bacon-wrapped barbecue chicken.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So I was driving down the street the other day, and it was one of the main streets, main roads out of my area. It's usually where you see Frank pulling people over all the time.
Right.
And I'm going northbound, and I'm just driving. I got my windows down. Arizona, perfect weather. It's always, I got my sunroof open. I got the windows down. someone driving in the opposite direction in a nice big truck is pulling one of those smokers that are on like a trailer, and it was going.
Yeah.
Like someone was smoking as they were going. So for miles, all I could smell was barbecue, and it bummed me out. I'm just driving, and I kind of wanted to turn around and see where they were going because it smelled so good. I'm like, oh, that's an air freshener.
Don't you love if you go to a quality barbecue place? Ones that have their own fire pits and the smoker outside, like it's like, here's the parking lot. There's the area that they portioned off for the smokers and stuff, right? But you leave that place, you're in the car, and your clothes
smell like it?
Yeah.
I have a place like that not far from me, yeah. In fact, actually, Tom met us there once.
Yeah.
And yeah, I smelled like barbecue
fantastic.
For like days.
Jay Shep in the chat saying smoker is the move. So good. I smoke sausage, brisket, ribs, even steak. Yeah, I want to try all that stuff. He even smokes wings too.
Oh, smoked wings are great.
Yeah, I will definitely.
I've had grilled wings, not the same. Smoked.
Okay,
definitely.
So that's how a new way to do prime rib.
Okay, I'll be interested to see how that turns out. And you're doing this Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve, right?
Okay, so a couple days. Cool.
Moving off from the food, let's get to some Christmas stuff before we talk to Justin Mauriello. This showed up here, and it's going to be a great soundbite going forward. Now, there's a video for it, which the video doesn't matter. It's all about the audio experience that you're getting with this video. Okay? You're familiar with an age-old classic, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Correct. I may not be into Christmas. I do know of the music.
This is a unique take on it.
Okay. It's when they start talking is when your life just ends, and that's why.
Yeah. Let me see if I can play that without seeing the video. There we go. How old do you think that kid is singing that?
7 or 8.
Yeah. Not knowing the implications of it. But again, out of context, it makes a fantastic drop, and it will be added to our Christmas collection. Okay. Going forward. Christmas specials. Everyone, if you actually like the holiday, has their own favorite Christmas movie, Christmas special, what have you. A forgotten one or an underrated one is the Muppets Family Christmas.
Oh my God, yeah.
Now, when you talk about this, people tend to think, oh, you mean Muppets Christmas Carol, which is probably the A standard for Christmas movies.
Ooh.
It's fantastic. Marley and Marley. Ooh. Yeah,
Yeah.
One more sleep till Christmas. Oh, it's fantastic. Michael Caine is amazing in it.
Playing it as straight as any actor should play this. Like, you would think he'd be having fun. He is the most serious fucking...
He is a complete asshole through most of the movie, and that's exactly what he should be doing with it.
100%.
So, Miss Bill saying it's the Passion of the Christ for me. Maybe I misread that. Is that your favorite Christmas movie?
It's the Passion for me.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but I think that's hilarious. If it is your favorite Christmas movie, more power to you.
All right, kids, we're not eating dinner until we see Jesus get crucified.
But Muppet Family Christmas is underrated. Our pal Chad Dukes from the Chad Dukes Show just did a live stream the other night where he did a watch along with him and Bo for Muppets Family Christmas, and it was funny. Their commentary was funny, and they showed the whole movie and through there. I had a good time watching it.
Okay, because that came out late 80s, like 87, 88, something around there.
Sure,
I think it was a late 80s.
Yeah, it was definitely an 80s thing. So I was looking up Muppet Family Christmas, and I came across this. It was the Muppets were either the movies. No, it's ending, and they, you know how when network television something's ending, they come in with the local news while the credits are rolling or something.
Mm-hmm.
What I want you to focus on is not what you see; it's what you hear.
Okay.
The movie's ending, the credits are rolling, and the local and national television voiceovers for the network pop up. Take a listen to this.
I always love those.
Merry Christmas, everyone! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson. Later on Nightline, it's a controversy about life and death. Do you keep a doomed baby alive so its organs can be used to save the lives of others?
That is, oh my God.
This is like 9 p.m. on ABC back in the 80s.
You just enjoyed this Christmas special. You're gathered
What about
around the
harvesting
hearth.
your children's organs?
It's the worst timing for that. Because you know your family's still around, sitting on the couch, enjoying it, and you're talking about harvesting baby organs.
Yes. Let's listen to this again here.
Controversy about life and death. Do you keep a doomed baby alive so its organs can be used to save the lives of others?
Stay tuned for Julie Andrews and The Sound of Christmas next, followed by Truman Capote's Emmy-winning classic, A Christmas Memory, starring Geraldine Page.
So you have all this Christmas. All right, so it's not even 9 o'clock. This is like the 8 o'clock hour going. Yeah. So it's like another Christmas special's coming up. What about the kids that just watched it? Look around your living room. What if we harvest their organs so that you can live a couple extra years?
Oh, that is so funny. Did you ever
Jay
see...
Chefs, no wonder everyone aged so fast back then. Or maybe that's why the people don't age now. They're harvesting the children's organs so that we get the stem cells and everything else that works.
Did you ever see... there was a clip, and I gotta...
Dana Carvey?
The Dana Carvey one, where they're sitting there, and they're like talking about
this
home
network
improvement.
promo. Yeah, it was from the Dana Carvey. There's a documentary about the Dana Carvey show, the short-lived Dana Carvey show, how revolutionary it was for sketch comedy and television, but it was at the wrong time, right?
Right.
And it starred Dana Carvey, but also head writers and stars in there. Steve Carell, Stephen Colbert. I think Louis C.K. was working on that show too, writing. Like all these legendary people that had
so much talent
on this show, and the show failed terribly. But the sketches were good, and they just talked about it was the network didn't get what they were doing, and it was too advanced for that time, whatever. The promo that they run during the credits of one of the episode was about a special episode of Home Improvement where they thought
dour
that Jonathan Taylor Thomas was getting some kind of disease where he was going to die. And it was
cancer.
Serious music. He was crying. He's like, I don't want to die. And Tim Allen's like, he's like, what are you telling me? It's like, I would never let anything happen to you. A heartwarming tale, blah, blah, blah. Tim Allen. Followed by the diet it was like,
it was the Diet Mug Root Beer.
Diet Mug Root Beer, Dana Carvey show coming up at 10. And it just cuts to Dana's losing his fucking, they're all in different rooms.
Steve Carell's losing it.
Colbert takes his glasses off. He's crying. How hilarious this whole thing. They're all laughing about how inappropriate and funny this thing was.
Because it was just the worst timing promo. It's giving me that same feeling, or giving me the vibe, as it were, with the stupid kids. But yeah, fucking baby harvesting organs, bookended by Christmas specials. Play it again.
You want to play it one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
Everyone, Merry Christmas!
I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson. Later on Nightline, it's a controversy about life and death. Do you keep a doomed baby alive so its organs can be used to save the lives of others?
Followed by this Christmas
the Diet Mug Dana Carvey show. All right. We got more Christmas stuff for you. Some ragamuffins in the chat here. Nick S. Looking healthy with that Adidas tracksuit on. God bless you, E-Nig. All right. It's just a jacket. My other hoodies are being washed. My performance and designer hoodies, because that's what I wear.
His business hoodies are currently being
This is more of an at-home cozy hoodie. Like when Mr. Rogers would come in from a long day of, I guess, casing the neighborhood. Who knows what I don't know what he did for a living.
No one knows what his day job was.
He was trying to find the human entrance to the land of make-believe. He's like, I know the train goes through the wall of my living room, but how do I get there? To answer your question, this is my bumming around hoodie, not my designer hoodies that I wear for, show and fancier things. Tom from Alberta. Nothing says Christmas like hosts in a warm-up jacket and a wife beater. Am I wearing? Oh, you're wearing the wife beater. I'm wearing a wrestling T-shirt under this because laundry. So
Eric's in a singlet.
Yes, I'm ready to take on anybody for the open challenge for the United States Championship.
Someone comes running down your stairs and he's got the money in the bank. He's like, oh shit. Show ends, you got to fight him.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's
so funny.
So, okay. So moving on with the Christmas stuff here. Do we need, this came up. It was just a Christmas video. I don't know. It said learn Pookie for Christmas. Like, I guess Pookie is a slang language or something. It sounds like Spanish.
Do we need another slang language? Like, seriously?
No, I think it's just a version of Spanish that might be like street dialect, I guess.
Okay.
But we're going to learn Pookie for Christmas here.
Feliz Navidad, bitch. Welcome back to Pookie Lingo. Let's learn some Spanish. Donde chingados está mi regalo? Where the fuck my present at? Santa no me compró una mierda. Santa ain't buy me shit.
Yeah.
Joe, hijo de puta. Ho, motherfucker. All right, class, repeat after me. Ese árbol está chueco.
Ese árbol está chueco.
That tree crooked.
Tree on a gangster lean.
Este rompope está débil.
Este rompope está débil.
This eggnog weak.
This eggnog weak. I got my flash though.
¿Quién se comió las pinches galletas?
¿Quién se comió las pinches galletas?
Who ate all the damn cookies?
That's too fucking doggish.
I was like when she's piping in with like whatever she's saying.
Yeah, she's adding to the explanations to everything. That tree on a gangster lean is going to be with me till the end of time now.
So, yeah, that's my new favorite saying. That tree on the gangster lean.
Remember how Rob used to say I had the worst algorithms for everything? No, I think it's drastically improving.
They've gotten better.
Yes, I'm not seeing
like
fucking
these things are good.
Fake breastfeeding videos where it's just women with their tits out with an American Girl doll wrapped in a blanket. Or I am still getting the women whose shirts fly up when they're on the slingshot rides.
I did see you comment. It was either you commented on something or we did it in our Discord where you were upset that someone posted a video and it didn't result in their tits flying out on the thing. You're like, but their tits didn't come out or something. I'm like, all right, Eric.
I'm there to entertain myself and, if possible, others.
Yeah.
But good. It's usually about entertaining myself. Before we get to the last Christmas video, we got our Christmas card from the Dabbleverse.
Oh, very nice.
So there's like Carl, there's Tukey. Who else is on there? Their live event stuff for DabbleCon.
Now, there is a super chat in there with a Dabbleverse question in there if you want to address it. I don't know if you saw that.
Hold
Since
on.
we're speaking on the Dabbleverse.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it here. We'll get to that after.
Okay.
We'll get that to the break.
Go to break.
Oh, there's other super chats in here. I didn't even see this shit.
All you got to do is, just go to the start thing and it'll show you in there.
All right. We'll get to those in a second. I apologize for that there's super chats in here that we didn't get to. I did not see them. That is my bad. I didn't have that screen open. Nick asks again, I envy Eric like I envy Dave Attell, not for their materials, but their experiences and knowledge learned. Just glad we got to hear a story. Well, I think that's a backhanded compliment, but being compared with Dave Attell, one of my favorites of all time, is I'll never say no to that.
Right.
The man is brilliant. Last Christmas thing here that we're going to get to. Did you see the Deadpool Christmas trailer?
I saw it was advertised. I didn't watch it.
Okay, well, we're going to watch it right
so much
here.
being put out there.
It's Deadpool and Kidpool, which is, we all know, his daughter. With Santa's sleigh. Now, I don't know if they robbed Santa and took the sleigh or something happened to Santa and they're filling in. I don't know what this is. I didn't watch all of it because I didn't want to know about it ahead of time. I just saw a little bit of it. We're going to watch the whole thing here together. Here it is.
Woo! Benevolence is thirsty work.
All right. They're on a rooftop with the sleigh, right?
Right.
And he says, benevolence is thirsty work. He had a sack like as if he robbed somebody's house and went to throw it into the sleigh, and it went over the sleigh and fell off the building and landed on somebody.
Huh. Where to next?
Well, I thought we'd eliminate sick kids.
Oh, dude, that's so up.
No. We're eliminating the sickness by encouraging people to donate. We're going to need some help because you and I are technically R-rated, and these are kids. Sick kids.
Now, there's a female that amidst this fire and clouds that's in the superhero landing pose.
Did someone call for help?
Linda Carter! What the f*** are you? Aren't you a wonderful woman?
Okay, so what's the plan?
We're going to help eliminate...
If you don't know, Linda Carter was the original Wonder Woman from the 70s from the TV show.
Sick kids by raising money for Sick Kids Hospital.
What do you need me to do? Don't be so obtuse.
So obtuse? The thing, if you don't mind.
The thing.
Come on, lady, give us the sugar.
Yes.
Stand back. Here I go.
What's happening?
What you're going to see here is the way in the television show Linda Carter's... What's her name? Diana. Does she have...
Princess Diana.
Okay. Diana does a spin where she puts her arms out and spins around real fast and just kind of morphs into the Wonder Woman outfit here. So this is what she's doing, recreating that.
She's gonna do it!
She's dressed like an ugly Christmas sweater that's shaped like a package.
Who did this?
The DC lawyers, I know it.
That's an ugly sweater.
Yeah, it's probably the same guy that got Cavill and that other Batman. Let's ride.
I love it. Help eliminate sick kids.
And the thing at the end, so it's, for Sick Kids Hospital, it says help eliminate sick kids in big, and then real quick, a small caption, it says donate to Sick Kids Hospital before December 25th, and Ryan and Blake will match donations up to $500,000.
That's really
cool. And there's the address for the donation. It's sickkidsweaterlove.ca.
We should probably go and tie Santa.
Never.
So, all right. So now we know they stole it from
love
Santa.
him or hate him, but Ryan Reynolds really fucking...
He's marketing.
He knows
marketing and branding. He's a genius with all this stuff here. But I'm going to have to pull that too. We need to eliminate sick kids. Dude, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up. So
all right.
good.
Anything else we need to touch on here before we... Because we got to go to Justin next.
No, I think we can get to Justin and then go into some entertainment news.
All right.
There's a lot in there.
Coming up, we're going to do segment 2 right after this, but coming up right now, my old pal Justin Mauriello, former lead singer of the band Zebrahead, current lead singer of the band I Hate Kate. For a while, it was called Darling Thieves because of legal issues, because I Hate Kate was based on a girlfriend that he had and started playing all the horrible voicemails she would leave him and put that as like the skit tracks on the album. So that was a whole to do. Hilarious. But that all got settled. Everything's good. They're back to being I Hate Kate. They have a brand new single out right now called This Is What We're Living For. We're going to talk to Justin and he'll tell us all the rest. There he is. Justin, hello.
The man himself. What's up, buddy?
Look at you. Every time I talk to you, you're in the car. Every time.
In a car. I seriously, there's no sense in paying rent. I might as well just move into a car. I'm in it like 10 hours a day. How's life treating you?
It's depends on the day, depends on the situation. The industry's falling apart in a big way. Radio's dying, television's falling apart. It's all podcasting and streaming now, and even that is hit or miss because unless you're famous, nobody gives a shit that you're doing anything anymore. So
yeah, dude, it's a crazy time, man, and the industry just keeps changing, constantly changing, and you just got to adapt. But it's becoming less about the actual talent, less about that, and it's more about
it's branding now.
What numbers do you pull? Yeah, it's just a different beast now, and there's a lot more ease if you have financial backing, if you have certain things where other people may not have, and it just makes it tougher for them. And there's just there's a lot different than it used to be. I'll tell you that. Faux show.
Yeah, I mean, your industry was one of the first to start doing it long before TV, radio, and all that stuff was happening. The music industry was making drastic changes once. I mean, you could go back to the iPhone coming out and changing everything with iTunes, and then the streaming services coming out with like Pandora and Spotify and what have you. So that took record distribution out of the mix. People weren't going to stores to buy the physical media of anything anymore. Yep. I just went to Target. I was doing holiday shopping last week, and I realized, I'm like, this is a really big book section. This is like 3 aisles of books. Who's reading all these books? And then I realized, oh, now there's the video game section. And then I looked the other side. There's the toy section. I go, there's no media section. They don't have DVDs, Blu-rays, any of that stuff. It's there. Oh, wait, there's music over here. Oh, it's vinyl. Like, what is happening? Like, we went backwards in one way and to the future in the other aisle. Like, I don't understand what's happening here.
Do you remember how crazy it was? I remember, like, what a big deal it was to have your CD on an end cap at Best Buy. It was like, I remember one of the Zebrahead records was on an end cap at the Best Buy in La Habra. And we went down there and took pictures of it. And it was like, that was a big deal, right? And then, like, I remember working with his producers in Nashville, and they always had this inside joke. I'd be like, I want to change that. I don't like how this, too late. It's already in Best Buy. That was their joke.
Yeah, but it's amazing that the physical media that these stores carry now are vinyl. It's not even CDs, DVDs. They're a rarity now. You're lucky to find the $5 bin at a Walmart for movies you're not going to buy anyway, but at least they're there. Best Buy took out video games. They don't have physical video games there anymore. You can buy the cards because everybody's buying them through gaming networks and streaming it the day that it releases. It's on their Xbox. It's on their PC. And there's just no need for having something tangible anymore.
You know what I'm stoked about, man? Seeing cassettes come back around.
I don't know who has a cassette player. I'm not saying that people don't, but it's just they're not in the cars anymore. Most cars don't even have CD players in there anymore.
Yeah, man, it's a novelty. It's really cool. Do you remember putting the Scotch tape over the top of it so you can record Dr. Demento on the weekends on Sunday night?
I definitely did that. Or if you had like a Kodak film cap because the cassette thing was kind of wobbly, you shoved it under the tape just so it would play.
Yeah. Or sometimes you can get like a spit wad, right? You get like the little thing of the straw, get the spit wad and stick it in the little hole up top there. That would work if you didn't have the tape.
Yeah.
All sorts of tricks, man. All sorts of tricks. Yeah, cassettes are, I love it, man. I think it's just so cool to see it. I don't know if it's because of novelty or what, but
there's something satisfying about that sound where it's just high-speed rewinding, and then you hear that's the tape, the button clicks off. Yep. Like you hear that it's done. It's final.
You're there.
Yeah.
The song is ready for you.
Yeah. Now the aggravation I have now is that the YouTube app is so ultra sensitive on your phone. You go to play something and you go put the phone down and then it popped up the ad. It's like, I didn't want the ad. I just put my phone down. Now it's on a different video. Now I got to go back 3 steps to get to the original piece that I wanted to listen to or to play to.
That's how it is, man.
It is. So that's how my life's been going. I mean, not liking the change whatsoever. I don't think any of us are, but we find our ways through. I went from satellite to iHeartRadio to, still doing iHeart stuff, but it's all on the digital platform now. It's not on broadcast radio anymore because they've been firing everybody off of broadcast radio. I don't know anyone who listens to the radio anymore or could even name really anybody that they used to listen to on the radio as far as a personality goes. Maybe a syndicated morning show, but outside of that, nobody has those local jocks that you constantly listen to, or for bands, K-Rock in LA and Q104 and K-Rock in New York, where you knew the jocks. You try to get your music on those stations because if they played it, it set the tone for the rest of the country. And those days are long gone. So
it's true. You're still in the game though, man, which is a big deal. You're still doing it. And
some would say it's insanity because it's like, why waste your time anymore? But you got to do what you love, right?
That's what I was going to say. It's what we love, man. What else are we going to do? You know what I mean? Man, radio was such a powerful tool. It was insane. Like if you got radio, if K-Rock picked you up, either LA or New York. And then they started, they were kind of the mothership, and everybody else would kind of just say, well, Kevin Weatherly just picked this song up. Let's see how it does. And then,
I remember Kevin.
That was such a powerful tool, man. I still think it's not as dead as everyone says it is, because I've seen even recently some of the effects that it can have in certain areas, but it's just more, market to market. But is it the same beast? No, definitely not. But
I think it's fair to say that, all right, I'll walk it back a little bit. Radio is not completely dead. I'm sure there are people who listen to it in the car, but it doesn't have the word of mouth that it used to. It's just like, I just heard, they just played the new song on Z100 here in New York. It's like, I just heard it. Did you hear it? They did the world premiere of that thing. They're playing it like once, twice an hour. Something. You don't hear that kind of ear to mouth.
Nope.
Anymore. Now it's just like, if somebody retweets your posting or likes your YouTube thing and put it out there, that's the way it gets your stuff to the masses nowadays. And that's why you're here, by the way, because you have a brand new single from your band.
This is why you're still in the game, Eric, because of segues like that.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
And also to stop me from rambling and talk more about you, because you're the guest on this show.
Good.
So I Hate Kate, it's been around for 15 years, maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since you guys had a single out, but you're doing this model now where I first really came aware of it in the mid 2010s. Weird Al was coming out with his new album, and it was his first #1 album ever. And it's like 2015, 2016, and he had his first #1 album. Tons of hits, tons of #1 singles, but the album never hit #1 till now. After that, he realized he didn't have to go through the whole process of coming up with a whole bunch of songs, going through the record label and getting all that stuff together. That whole, can be grueling. It can be passionate, but it can be very grueling to get all that done. He started to realize, I can just, if something popped into my head, we can go and record it and I can release it as a single, and it's going to do just as well as if they waited 2-3 more years for me to put out a new CD with the songs out there. So he just started doing digital singles. You're doing that now, where there's no album with this, at least not yet, but you just dropped a new single out there, and it's you're doing it with Deluxe. It's called This Is What We're Living For. It's available Spotify, Apple, the video's on YouTube, which the video, very basic but effective concept for that. It reminds me of the CeeLo Fuck You video when they put that out. He's like, how are we going to do a music video for this? He's like, let's just put the words on the screen and have it change around with that. And that's what you did here. It's a nice scenic photo, and it's like watching it with closed caption, but in a more artistic way.
Doing this one with Deluxe was really kind of cool, man. I've been friends with this guy for a while. We were label mates on Sony way back, and we've been talking about doing a song together. But his band does real well in Mexico, or their band. And what's cool about that is it's in Spanish, and I was like, let's just sing it in Spanish, And so the entire second verse is in Spanish, which I've never done before. So this was kind of a stretch for anything that I've done in the past up to now. And man, it was so cool. It was so cool, like going over that and writing that part with him, and like, okay, man, I just, we got this melody. I have no idea. This is the idea of what I want to say. And then he comes back, he's like, hey, what do you think of this? And he sings it to me in Spanish. I'm like, dude, that is so good. And then, look and behold, there it is.
Why was it so long between releases for I Hate Kate?
Good question, Eric. That is a damn good question. For the last, man, it's been years. I've gone into other avenues. I was in Nashville writing with artists. I started producing and developing other artists. And I started working with a bunch of different people, not myself. And so I got to a point where I was like, well, I like doing this. This is fun, but I miss playing, and I really don't want to keep doing this. Well, I want to be able to do this and actually play it, because
You're also in a city where every other place, like on Broadway, is live music. So it's not like for a lack of a venue that you could pop up there and start playing something. That's got to be torture in a way, where you're trying this new avenue of what you like, but you still have it in you. Like, I write, I perform, I sing. I'm not doing that, and I'm tempted in the city where the whole city is based on people who write, perform, and sing.
And that's the hard part for me personally is, I mean, I love writing. I love producing. I love all of those different avenues. But it's that final stage of playing that you don't get to do. And it's like you put all this into your heart and soul into this music, and then it's like, okay, bye. And you just hand it off to somebody, and there is something rewarding, and you're getting that same creativity and that same excitement. But man, when you grew up playing, that's the part, that one part, it's like, well, I miss that. So
yeah,
I just I called up my drummer. I'm like, hey, let's put out some songs, man. I want to play. And so let's do one more record before Armageddon. I was like, the world is getting so nutty. I'm like, let's just get out a couple more songs before Armageddon comes, and we're thinking of calling the record One More Album Before Armageddon. So
when you started getting that bug to go back and doing that, how long did it take to get everybody back together?
Well, at this point, it's me and the drummer. Everybody else has, families, careers,
lives always get in the way of everything.
Yeah. And I get it, man. I totally get it. We were thinking of saying, because our bass player, Scott, he's been there since the get-go. And we just love this guy to death. He's one of our closest friends, but his situation doesn't really allow for him to tour. He's got, he's got a family. He's the head pastor at a church. He's got a lot on his plate that he's not able to take off from. And I said, hey, look, man, you don't need to make this weird. We'll still say you're a member of the band. We'll just say, like, not pictured, like, bass player Scott, not pictured. He's the
that old-timey film reel that says missing scene, right there.
He is our bass player. He just doesn't play on the records or play live or write, but he is the bass player, right? So yeah, I just called up Mike and I'm like, hey, let's get together. And we just started playing. And that's the other thing too, is like, even from being in Nashville and writing all these songs, I have a bunch of songs that either I didn't use, another artist didn't use, and some of them, like, man, this is great. Like, let's do something with this. Found a producer out here that I wanted to work with, and I loved this guy. His name's Robbie Heiser. Started working with him, and Bob's your uncle, man.
It's got to be satisfying to, one, get back into the thing that got you to the table to begin with, which was writing, performing, songwriting, all that. And you get that bug, you go and you do it, you get everybody around, you do a collaboration for the first time, which adds another level of something new, something exciting to experience with this. You've got an album in the works, from what you just said. Touring. Is that going to be a possibility for you, or is it just going to be one of those things, we put out music, but you can't travel?
Well, I definitely can travel and want to travel, but I think it's going to be a different, I think it's going to be touring 2.0, where it's going to be more selective, certain spots.
Why don't you try getting the festivals are changing in the last couple of years, and it's big collaborations now at one location for like 2 to 3 days. Like, most of them are in Vegas now, but like When We Were Young and Sick of It All and those kind of things, they have the main headliners, and then they just have a whole bunch of other bands. I mean, that might be a great way to hop on one of those things. I know I'm saying it like it's super easy to do that, but you've got the credentials, and you through the right connections, that could be a great jumping point for when the album comes out.
For sure. Yeah. And there's certain areas that we really love going to that I know we'll go back to. But yeah, festivals are so much fun. It's just, especially, European festivals. Oh man, Japanese festivals.
Dude, some of the greatest videos are you with your old band when you're playing those Japanese festivals and just seeing, one, it's like 80,000 people on a lawn. It's ridiculous. But two, just seeing them go nuts. Even when you have slower songs, like when you bring it down a little bit, they're still going just as hard as any of the fast-paced stuff, as any of the higher energy stuff. And there's parts where you just stop singing and they're doing it and you're just clapping your hands, and now you got 80,000 people clapping their hands like a big ocean wave is coming around, and that's insane. I can't even imagine what it's like to be in front of that kind of a crowd.
It's really wild. The energy there is like nothing I've ever experienced in Japan. It's really wild. And I've said this before a million times, but they're so polite and they're so respectful too, right? So they'll go as bonkers as you can imagine during the song, and then the song's over and they just kind of stop and they're quiet. I remember one time we were playing Summer Sonic and we were headlining this indoor stage, and I think it held 15,000 people, and my brother was out there for the week, and we were all backstage before we went on. He's like, why is it so quiet? Is there anybody out there? I'm like, I'm pretty sure there are, so he's like, I'm gonna go check. So he walks up the steps and he goes up behind the curtain area and he looks out to the crowd, and I remember him looking at me like, oh, there's people out there, because it was like this entire basketball stadium thing.
It looks like the running down the mountain scene of Braveheart.
Yeah, I think so. and he was like, oh, there's people out there. You just don't know, because they're so polite and they're so quiet. Like, they just want to hear what you have to say, and then all of a sudden you start playing again, boom, they go bonkers again. And it's really amazing, man. But the energy is like, yeah, it's like nothing you can experience.
So I can understand the addiction, the want, the need, the drive to get back out and do all of those things. So if you guys are going to go touring at some point, it's probably be, I'm imagining, spring, summer of next year at the earliest, right?
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, the whole industry shuts down around this time anyways. And then the beginning of the year, it's usually that stuff starts picking up towards spring and summer for sure. Plus, it's just really nice,
warmer weather. Who wants to go outside and play when it's 32 degrees out?
Me.
Nobody.
Not me. Nope. I remember playing some shows in Fargo, and we'd park the bus, and then I don't know, maybe 30, 40 yards to the venue, and I mean, we would sprint because it was so unbearably cold just walking from the bus to the venue. I'm like, dude, this is bonkers, man, that people
that
are
live
out
here. Yeah.
Live here. But we do a sprint to and from the van, to and from the bus. And I thought, I'm going to wait till summer. I'm going to wait till spring for sure.
You guys did one of my favorite cover songs of all time, Coming Home, Major Tom. And I play that every chance that I get, either as the warm-up songs to the show, before we go live, or if we do specialty things, cover songs, all those kind of stuff. I always try to work that song wherever I can, whether it was at Sirius, iHeart Now. You also put out an album solo called Justin Sings the Hits.
Right.
One of my other favorite covers is your version of Take On Me on there. And
cool.
Why isn't this on Spotify or Apple?
That's a great question. My buddy at Sony called me and he's like, hey, do you want to do a cover record? And I'm like, yeah. So it was put out by a label where he and another guy owned, and they had the rights to it, so we couldn't do much with it. But I think since I've heard recently that it is no longer, so I feel like that is a possibility now. Whereas it just wasn't for a while. They didn't do much with it. Like a lot of places didn't even have it. So but the good news is that can be different shortly.
Good. I'd love to see that available, because one of the things that at least I love with something like Spotify or with YouTube is that I collect cover songs. So I have tons of them, and I collect mashups.
Oh,
too.
nice.
And when you find the song and you see the playlist that it's associated to, other just random users' playlists, and then you go, okay, I'll go one step further and I'll go through their list and see what they have, because they're public lists. You know, it's not invading their privacy. I go and I look through their stuff and I go, oh, there's something here I haven't heard. Oh, I'll take from there. I take from there. Like, you just go through, and it's like currency almost, where, hey, this cover is amazing. I want to go check out this band. In the late 90s, you know the band Face to Face? You ever hear of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love that band.
I discovered them through a concept album called Saturday Morning Goes Alternative or something like that. And it was all these bands that were just doing cartoon theme songs from like the 70s and 80s and what have you. And Face to Face did a cover of Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm like, and it was amazing. I was like, this is all. And I went and found the band and then became a fan of the band because I found the damn cover song. And it's those kind of things you put out there, those little novelty things that people are familiar with. They'll draw to it, and then I like this. Then they'll get brave and they'll go and explore the artist catalog and see what else they have. So yeah, you should put that out there. I think you'd find a whole nother audience by doing so, and that's great news that's going to probably happen sooner than later.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You had another project that you were messing around with for a little while, Olympic Crush. How's any future plans with that, or is that just a one and done?
Yeah, you never know. I don't have anything planned as of right now. As a matter of fact, I took one of the songs from that project and redid it in the I Hate Kate sound, and I'm going to be releasing that soon.
Which one?
Hearing This Crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I like a lot of those songs a lot. And I was like, man, I wonder what it would sound like, rocking these out a little bit. So yeah, I may want to do another one too.
Because we play on this show. We do Mr. Eager and Stars. The two that you sent me a while ago. We still play those.
Stars as well. I just really love that song, and sometimes I think this would sound really good like this, but.
Was that the project? Was that the thing you were doing with Greg from Zebrahead?
That was Zen Mafia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, lots of projects.
Man. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of everything you're doing. It's like, is he coming? Oh, wait, now he's got another thing that he's doing. All right.
Wow, man. It's been a while.
You got to find a way to tag all of that under your Spotify profile, Apple profile, so everyone just finds everything connected to you.
I haven't done any project in a long time.
I know. You have no excuse anymore.
Got to be under one of these. It cannot be any newer ones.
Yeah.
But
consistency is key to a lot of this.
Yeah. Doing something with Greg was so much fun too, man, just because there's so much history there and there's so much, I don't want to say it's like a comfort thing, but this is, it's familiar, man. You just know that. I've known this guy.
I got to say something. I think I said this to you on the last time. Maybe I didn't. I don't know, but I'll say it again. Not fully knocking what the guys did after you left, but when I think of that band, when I think of Zebrahead, I only think of those first 3 albums, and it's you singing, and then Greg's guitar on there really made the band stand out from other pop punk style bands or doing those punk rap crossover kind of things. After that, they had success, but it just started to become more and more generic. Like if I didn't know the band, I couldn't tell which band it was. Your vocals stood out, and then just the weird guitar choices that Greg would put in there that worked. Like a lot of on that first album, like Wasted, where you there was a song called something
Fly Days?
Yeah, Fly Days. Like, but just the way the guitar is, like, you don't hear that style of music. Like, that's something you would hear like in a lounge, like in Miami, that kind of stuff. All that, the steel guitar effects, the just the weird guitar selections that were mixed in there, and it worked. And that's what really made a band like that stand out. And when those 2 elements left, you could just see it's like, well, they're no different than any other band of that genre. And the fact that the 2 elements I valued the most from that project were together, doing stuff together. I got to check out Zen Mafia.
Well, thanks, man. Greg, the dude's he's so phenomenal on the guitar, not just with his, shredding capability, but the stuff he comes up with, the stuff he writes, it's different. It's really unique. And what he brought, like with Fly Days, perfect example, just with his ability to write certain chord progressions that you would normally, especially in a band that's got, pop punk, rap rock, and all these other influences, you wouldn't expect a guy to start bringing in these jazzy chords, but it really added the cool element, And so, like that song Fly Days, I remember thinking, like, man, how the hell is this going to fit on this record?
It didn't matter. It just did. It worked.
But it worked. And I remember people saying, oh yeah, it takes you on this journey. And at the end of the record, you take this journey, and now you're into this, Fly Days. And I thought, all right, I'll go with that. So, but it's true, and it did, however it worked, it did. But yeah, that dude, same thing, playing with him now, it's still, you still have that excitement and just, bringing his flavor to it. It's really nice.
One of my goals.
He's still playing.
Wasn't he teaching for a while too? Wasn't he teaching guitar stuff? I thought I read somewhere that he was teaching all these other musicians. I'm like, if there's anybody to learn from, it would be him.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know if he's teaching, but he's got another band called Bourbon Brothers, and it's a jazz band. I think they do a lot. It's a lot of jazz, big band sort of sound, but it's really cool.
Let's remind everybody again, I Hate Kate, brand new single featuring Deluxe, and this is what we're living for. The video is up on YouTube. The song is also on YouTube Music if you're using YouTube Music, but it's also Spotify, Apple, those places. You can go and find it. You can check out the back catalog of I Hate Kate. You can find the back catalogs from the Justin's time in Zebrahead, all in those places. Even Olympic Crush is up there on those platforms. The 3 songs are available. I'm glad you got the whole Darling Thieves thing sorted out, because you had to switch your name for a while because of legal reasons, but I guess that all was well and good because you just went right back to it, or you said, fuck it, we're using it anyway. I don't know what the outcome was.
All water under the bridge, Eric. It's all water under the bridge.
How much you paying her?
It's all good. It's all good. It feels so good. I'm telling you, man, just even recording and that whole process of just being like, oh my God, this feels so good. And just putting something out and going and playing is, yeah. So it's exciting for sure.
Follow them on all the social medias too. Instagram and TikTok at I Hate Kate Music. It's the best way you can find out what they're doing. And then Justin's constantly floating through the ether on social media. Once in maybe 7 months, he'll make a post that you don't understand. And you're like, oh, he's still alive. That's good to know. I'm glad he's still with us in this realm here.
It's a love-hate relationship with social media, man. It's just not something that I have the desire to do, and I force myself to social media more, especially when music is out. It is a necessary thing to do.
Well, as we wrap up here, it is the holiday time. We're going into the Christmas, the Hanukkah, the miscellaneous, whatever people celebrate. Are you doing anything for the holidays, or do you hold true to your old song that you do hate Christmas?
I take this time to eat as much as possible, spend time with family, and sleep. That is my goal for any holiday season.
That should be everybody's goal.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to for me now,
What more do you need? You don't need to work. You don't need things. If you just got a lot of great food, got family and friends around, and then I slept 18 hours, and now I'm going to watch a movie, maybe play a game, and then guess what? I'm going to go back and sleep another 18 hours. That's a good life to have.
That's really what it comes down to, man. Those are my priorities now. I liked watching the Detroit Lions last week, and they had Jared Goff on, and they were asking him about this big win and what is he going to do tonight? You going to go celebrate? He's like, I'm going to go sleep. And I was like, that was the best answer.
It is because other times it's like, oh, I'm going to go. It's always amazing when people are in that situation, celebrities, musicians, whatever. Well, we're going to we're going to keep, we're going to go back and write. No, you're not. No, you're not. That first few days, maybe a week or two, you're doing nothing. You're like athletes, You're going to eat terrible food. You're going to fucking In-N-Out or you're going to McDonald's or something. You just won the Super Bowl. You're not doing shit for the next few weeks. And then you'll rejoin the rest of the world after that. Unless they're paying you to say you're going to Disney World, you're not doing any of that stuff that you're talking about.
Amen.
It's the life.
When I drank, it was, the answer would probably be a lot different. But, you know, pull that out of the equation, man. There's only so much you can handle of, you know, for me anyways. So yeah, that's such a better option.
How long have you been off?
Well, I'm not going to say that I'm 100% sober because there have been times when I've gone out and had a few beers. But if you're comparing to how I used to drink professionally, I mean, I should have been sponsored, to now, I mean, maybe, you know, a couple times a year, maybe that.
That's great.
Maybe none for the entire year, but that's been going on since 2000 and, oh man, 10, 9, somewhere around there is when I had to stop. I had to for health reasons, so I didn't. You know, it made that decision a lot easier. Let's just say that. Otherwise, that answer would be much different.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad you made those life changes. I'm glad you're still here with us. I'm glad you got new music that's out there. Again, everybody, I Hate Kate featuring Deluxe. This is what I'm living for. Go out, stream the shit out of it on the music platforms. Go watch it on YouTube, like, subscribe, all of that stuff there. Justin Mauriello, again, Instagram, TikTok at I Hate Kate Music. Go and follow all of those things. I'm sure they're going to have merch or something at some point. Go out there and look for all of that stuff. Justin, as always, thank you for your time. Thank you for your friendship and for coming on here. I do appreciate it.
So good to see you, man. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
This is what we're living. It's raining knives inside my head. I know every time we think
It's Eric Nagel. It's Eric Nagel. Next.
Well, Jordan, it is Christmas time, and we're down to the final days leading up to Christmas. Time is running out. You have till Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time to take advantage of Steven Singer's fast and free shipping service. Past that point, you may have to pay for expedited. I don't know. It's not part of the copy. I'm freeballing here with this part. Or if you can be like, hey, I could still buy it, and then it doesn't matter if I give it to them on Christmas because I'm not seeing them till a couple days later. Mm-hmm. You have that option. Or if you can go to the other corner of 8th and Walnut in the city of Philadelphia, you can go and walk in there and get it right away and in time for Christmas. But for now, you have till Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern to place your order to get stuff fast and free in time for Christmas. And you're running out of time, like we said. So you got to give that lady what she really wants, a pair of diamond stud earrings from Steven Singer. They're real. They're natural earthborn diamond stud, not lab created. Yeah, lab created. Remember he was doing that campaign where he was giving away free lab created diamonds because he said they're worthless. Yeah. And the other jewelry places are using them and selling them encased in platinum and white gold and all that stuff. He's just had a bag of diamonds like he's some old kind of old-timey thief. And like he's the Pink Panther. He's walking around just sneaking out diamonds, giving handfuls to people. Take them. I'm lousy with this stuff. Get them all out of here. These are natural earth-born diamond stud earrings. Every Christmas season, it's the number one gift you could possibly get her. Steven Singer's gorgeous, authentic, natural diamond studs start at just $298. They're 100% eye flawless, near colorless, and come with his famous full value lifetime trade-in, so you can use it to upgrade to a more expensive or more elaborate pair at any time. No questions asked. Well, maybe if the diamonds aren't here, where are the diamonds? That might be the question they ask. But outside of that, he's pretty easy going with using that and getting full value to upgrade to a better pair. Steven also has the best guarantee in the business with a full 100-day, no risk, no hassle money-back guarantee. Again, don't wait. You have till Friday at 2 p.m. to take advantage of the fast and free shipping to get it in time for Christmas. And you go to the website, IHateStevenSinger.com, and click on his Diamond Stud Earrings collection. You can go and view to your heart's content. Find the right gift for her. Again, 2 p.m. Eastern, Friday, December 20th for free shipping right in time for Christmas. Or you can go to Steven Singer's showroom, like we said, on the other corner of 8th and Walnut in the city of Philadelphia. Every pair comes with Steven's famous 14-karat gold safety silicone backs, keeping them safe and secure. So buy real diamonds this holiday season from a real jeweler that you can trust. Steven Singer Jewelers. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell him thank you for all the years of supporting Opie and Anthony and all the affiliated Opie and Anthony programming. But most importantly, tell him thank you for sponsoring It's Eric Nagel.
It's Eric Nagel. Follow the show on all social medias at It's Eric Nagel for ways to watch or listen to the show, both live and on demand. Go to itsericnagel.com.
All right, folks, if you're out there drinking that sad, watery coffee that tastes like it was brewed through an old sock and barely gets you out of bed, then it's time to upgrade your coffee to the 22 Sierra Coffee Company. Veteran-owned, family-run, and genuinely committed, the 22 Sierra Coffee Company doesn't just make amazing coffee, they make a difference, too, by supporting veteran health and wellness events all across the United States. These guys are committed to making a difference and making lives better. And let's be clear, this isn't your close your eyes and chug it down kind of coffee. It's rich, it's bold, it's deliciously smooth. There are many carefully crafted blends to choose from, like their, there it is right up there on the screen, they're aptly named Death from Above. Now that you can go up to a building and throw it at people, but I don't think that's the intent they're going with. This blend was created to honor the brave men and women of the airborne community, making it the perfect gift for any veteran, active duty service member, or just a coffee lover who appreciates the sacrifice and bravery for those who serve. Every bag of beans you buy supports nonprofits that help the veterans communities all across this great land and gets them the access to help that they so desperately need and deserve. So every sip is a small salute to the ones who serve this great country. And if you want coffee that delivers and gives back, grab a bag, any of the bag. They even have gift packs too. multiple things. I'll put it up there for you to look at. There you go. Of 22 Sierra Coffee. Listeners of the It's Eric Nagel Show can get 15% off their order by using promo code Eric, spelt the right way with a K, at checkout. That's 22sierracoffee.com. Use promo code Eric with a K, spelt the right way. That's not in the copy. I just add that on myself. And you can save 15% off. Get yourself some goddamn 22 Sierra Coffee.
It's Eric Nagel. Eric Nagel.
Segment 2 of the show. Eric and Jordan here with you to tell you about television, movies, streaming updates, everything you need to know, because we're going into a vast wasteland of entertainment releases going into the holiday, essentially 2 weeks of holiday time here. So we got to tell you about all of that stuff. Closing out of the ads. Also, thank you to Justin Mauriello. You just heard the interview. Get the new single. This is what we're living for, and I'm going to show you this is what I'm living for, as this is what I have left of my Twisted Peppermint Bath and Body Works soaps.
Nice.
Not including the one that's currently being used. I need to get more, so that is what I'm living for. Also, before we get into what we watched and what we're watching, I have products I wanted to show you real quick. I don't have time to taste them, but look, I will always live and die by this. 1, Nutella sucks. I don't care what anybody says. And then 2, peppermint > pumpkin spice. Always. So, I've been trying to find peppermint products. So, look, there's like dark chocolate cocoa peppermint cookies.
Yeah.
There's peppermint Oreo rip-off stuff with peppermint cream in the middle, which
That's a Target brand?
These are Target brands.
Okay.
Then our favorite, the Bowl and Basket, dark chocolate peppermint cookie thins.
I do like the
crumbled up cookie thins.
Got a couple of them. I still have the churro one that I'm kind of
fantastic.
But do love me some Bowl and Basket.
This might be the talk of the holiday season, as we have new candy canes from Hostess featuring Ding Dong, Snowballs, and Twinkies.
I mean, I bet those are good.
I bet you they're not. I can't imagine that they would be good.
I would think, well, the Ding Dongs one's probably got a chocolate taste to it.
Ding Dong, yo.
Ding, fries your done.
What video? Do you know?
No.
Weird Al's Fat, where they're trying to give him food on the subway platform. Ding Dong, Ding Dong, yo.
I haven't seen that forever.
That's what this is. So, yeah, we'll try these out. Not worth doing on the school. Maybe I'll break into them while we're talking, because people love hearing you eat on the air. Why not?
Why not?
We start this whole segment off with what have you watching, or what have we been watching? Jordan, we have to go to you. What have you started watching this week?
I'm still continuing on with the new Star Wars property on Disney Plus. New episodes drop every Tuesday. It's Skeleton Crew. This week is episode 4.
Star Wars Skeleton Key by Stephen King.
Skeleton Key. Right. It's still pretty fun. It's cute. There was a lot going on in this last episode. I don't want to ruin too much because it is still airing, but I'm enjoying the property. They went back to basics. They're making just like a fun Goonies style pirate show, and I'm liking it. So there's that. I did also watch, because this also dropped this week, the Simpsons special. Oh, come on, all ye faithful! The double packed episode. It's an hour long, I believe. It's good. What's bumming me out about, and I'm not even like talking just the content of this particular episode, but what bums me out is as the seasons get later, was it Julie Kavner's voice for Marge is so incredibly rough. I actually
starts to sound like when she had to do the mom,
right?
Marge's mom.
Yeah, she started. Mrs. Bouvier. Yeah, it's so rough. Like, I kind of feel bad that they're making her keep going. Like at this point, maybe write some episodes where they're not Marge heavy. Like, it's kind of it was sad. It was sad. The episode itself is good. It kind of has like a 2-part feel, where one part it's like hypnotizing Homer. He thinks he's Santa Claus and stuff like that, and then it kind of goes into like a crisis of faith and for Ned Flanders. So it's a fun episode. It's about an hour long. I really enjoyed it. And then the other thing I watched is the new Lord of the Rings property. It's the animated movie, The War of the Rohirrim. It's really good.
What was
It's
I
fun.
calling it? What was the name I mispronounced?
I don't know. Well, you can't say Rohirrim.
No, I know. I couldn't say
But
Rohirrim.
I don't know. I don't remember what you were saying.
Was it
Rohirrim? I don't know.
Ragnarok? Ragnarok, maybe? Yeah.
Something like that. So
The War of Ragnarok.
It's the new property. It's like taking maybe like half a page of backstory from like the Silmarillion and developing a 2-hour movie out of it.
Okay.
It was good. It takes place about 200 years or so prior to Bilbo Baggins finding the One Ring of Power. It's a good movie. I feel like they did kind of rush it just to probably keep the property for Warner Brothers and New Line. But the voice cast was good. The action was good. There are parts where it felt like it dragged because it is a 2-hour movie. But overall, I think it was really good. It was a good property. So that's what I've been watching. Nothing really else. I've been playing that new Indiana Jones video game.
I've been watching clips,
Xbox.
and then I stopped watching clips of people playing it on Twitch because I was like, I think I want to get this for myself.
It's on Game Pass, so if anyone's got Game Pass, it's right there, free. Go ahead and download it. It's
That's
really
what
fun.
the other thing I wanted to talk about.
Game Pass. You're welcome. See
From
it
the
happen.
beginning of the show.
All right.
You called it, my friend. You called it.
I knew it was gonna
One
happen.
was the fucking bath soaps, which are these.
Uh-huh.
The other thing was everybody was asking me for the website to get the discount gift
The discount
cards
Game Pass stuff.
for Game Pass, for the PC Pass. So a lot of people wrote, and I gave the link to everybody. What we did find out is that they give 0 fucks about people on PlayStation. Because like the sales they had was 0.1 cent. It was like 1 cent off the card, and they're like, there's no sales for this. But meanwhile, like you can get a $60 3-month subscription for $25.
Yep.
Which is a good savings.
It's a great deal.
Right? So like I did, I bought a few of them, stacked them up for at least the next year or so. And so people were asking me about that. The website is called cdkeys.com.
I do that one. I do Aniba. There's another one.
All right.
If you want to hit me up on social media, I'll lead you to a couple because there's a lot of Steam sales out there that I've been getting super cheap stuff for. There's all kinds of stuff. So yeah, hit me on any one of those social media. I'll point you in the direction of where I go and find stuff. But there's some stuff out there. So, and we do have a couple super chats if you want to do that real quick before we get too deep into.
Wait, we had more super chats that came in?
Yup, 2 more.
All right, let's do that there. Here we go. Mr. Super Chat, aptly named,
I know.
for $9.99. Happy holidays, guys. We must have Jordan 2025 concert calendar schedule. Justin from Texas.
Well, the early initial one is that I'm going to go see Incubus, Fall Out Boy, All American Rejects at the Innings Festival here in the Tempe area in February. I've got tickets to actually go see Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about movies in June, and
He
then
sucks
Linkin
live.
Park.
He's all out of
Linkin
tune.
Park.
Yeah,
I know. It's all
Neil deGrasse Tyson's the new lead singer for Linkin Park.
So it'll be great. And then I'm going to go see Linkin Park for sure in September of this year. And then, of course, there's going to be other things that I'm going to try to get in on. So I haven't planned anything yet, but I will be going
He
to see a lot of
refuses
things.
to accept his age and limitations, and he's still insisting on going to concerts and festivals.
100.
He's learned nothing, my friends.
I've learned nothing, and I am still going to go.
Another super chat coming in. Nick S., $5. What is the easiest, most beneficial way to finance streamers? Depends on the platform. It's usually one is subscribing. Like on Twitch, you can use, if you have Amazon Prime. What is the details? You have Amazon Prime?
So if you have Amazon Prime, you can use your Prime subscription to subscribe to any Twitch channel for free. Now you have to re-up every month. So every month, like I do it for our show, just to get the extra stuff in there. But you can go in, you click on there, you subscribe for a month, and then when it expires, you just go in and do it again. And it's free. It's just right there, and it's really easy to do.
All right. So you do that. You can throw bits, like it's extra money into the chats for Twitch. It's all right.
I don't think anyone's ever done bits.
They might. I don't check that interface. There might be like I didn't check my Bitcoin.
Somewhere.
There might be a payment thing in Twitch that I'm not looking at. It's like, hey, you got to finish this so we can pay you.
Got like a bucket
I'll go
of bits
back and
over
look
here.
and see if people are donating bits on the Twitch part. We apologize for that. For YouTube, like and subscribe to those channels. Super chats, super stickers in the chat always help out the streamers.
Right.
And if they have membership content, that helps as well. And we're going to have that going into next year. Hopefully, we're going to have the first level of old shows done. So I'm trying to get 2014 and 2015 for the channel and add some extra shit for it so that we can start doing this as a subscription thing as well. Because why not? Everyone else is doing it. All the cool kids are doing it.
Yeah, that's the other concert. I'm going to go to Disturbed in May. So I got some stuff planned. Yeah, they're doing like a 20th anniversary of the sickness. So they're doing a whole thing.
All right.
It's gonna be good.
He's going to sing all the Disturbed songs like he did. When he did Sound of Silence.
Just do it all that way.
It's just going to be an orchestral, operatic version of.
I would go see that. He's got a good voice, so like that would be fun.
Yeah. All right. For me, I don't think I watched anything. Yeah, I don't think it's been so. I've had so much shit going on. I never am at a loss for watching things. I used to watch like 6 different things at a time.
Well, it's been a week,
and I just haven't had a chance to really sit down and watch anything. But I am going to this weekend start the final season of What We Do in the Shadows.
Right.
And they think I'm also going to do a full rewatch of the entire series. I plan to do a rewatch.
Are you going to watch the end first and then just go back, or do you want to just hit the front? And
I think I'm going to watch
through?
this entire, because I'm pretty much caught up. I'm like, I got to see this. I'm going to watch this season, then start all over again, because I'm sure there's great drops I can pull that we could be using, because I only have a couple here. Let's see. Where is it?
You need to shut your mouth.
Oh, that's from Toast. That's not
I was
even...
going to say that's Toast.
I don't know. But I want that at the ready. I want to have that button where you just go, bat!
Bat!
Bat! Flies away. So I have a lot of stuff to watch. I got that to watch. I've got... I know we got Squid Game coming up the day after Christmas. There's a Doctor Who special coming out that I'm gonna watch and be disappointed by. So I'll look for that.
Know.
And I don't know.
Watch Secret Level.
Yes, Secret Level. I gotta watch. I gotta finish Pangolin because I'm on episode 5.
So close.
And
almost done with the Pangolins.
Yeah, I gotta watch the Pangolin, and there's a bunch of things I'm gonna catch up on. I have also, if I'm not watching Stuttering John videos, because I'm obsessed with this now.
So good.
I've been playing Phasmophobia and getting obsessed with that. Jordan actually made some time for me, and we went to play. And within the first experience, he freaked the fuck out, didn't know what to do, and he's like, "This game's too involved. I need to step back and reevaluate playing this."
I'm gonna play it. I think what I need to do is not play it on my Steam Deck, because I'm holding the Steam Deck here, and that just makes the immersion into some scary shit that's about to happen worse for me.
Way more
and then
intimate
you're like,
to you, yeah.
And then I'm sitting here going, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what button I'm pressing. And then you're like, well, I just got killed. Good luck. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm stuck in a closet. I'm just looking out. And you're like, I can see what you're doing. And I was like, how do I get out of this house? I'm done. I can't do this right now. So I'm going to hook it up to the monitor. So at least I have some separation, a little bit more screen, to play with. And then, we'll do it again. Because it feels like it will be very fun. I just have to be in a better place for that.
Right.
Or get it on I'll probably maybe even buy it for one of the consoles, because I know they put them out on PlayStation and Xbox. So I mean, bigger TV, I can handle it a little bit better.
Tom from Alberta saying, did you mention the Shorzy video game?
No, not yet.
No. Is that in our notes or not?
No, I keep forgetting to add it. Yeah, they did add a short. I'll grab some details real quick and I'll throw it on there.
Mr. Super Chat is saying, I hear the Jason Bateman movie on Netflix is good.
Yeah, I saw a preview for it. I haven't started watching it yet. It's Taron Egerton. Plays like a TSA agent, and like Jason Bateman plays like a bad guy. And it's like trying to get stuff through TSA and all that stuff. It looks good. I haven't watched it yet.
There's a movie I want to see. It stars Ray Romano and Dennis Leary, and it is called No Good Deed.
Okay.
Also, Phoebe from Friends is in it too,
Okay.
And there's several other people who I'm forgetting, but it looks pretty good. So I want to watch that. All right.
He's talking about his brother's tool.
No,
Robert.
How do I know where the body is?
Deborah.
I've been here the entire time dealing with Mom.
You should know how to do that accent. We really should.
Yeah. Why is it
No,
a thing?
it's just a.
I'm a mammoth.
It's just a pain in the ass. Not doing it. No. Fuck this place.
Feels like Ma.
Burn it to the ground. I need to move off Long Island. I hate these people. L.I.E.
All right. So out now for your viewing pleasure in theaters, Mufasa, The Lion King. It's live action. It's because they have to. Because why can't you keep milking it? It's about Mufasa and Scar growing up. So it's the prequel to The Lion King.
Here's my thing. I saw a preview for it, and this is me looking too deep into how Disney has swung that pendulum the other way to be more inclusive. The movie's obviously set in Africa. It's about two African lions trying to start their own thing.
Why they gotta be from Africa? Enough with the race.
The bad guys, the bad lions are all white. They're white lions. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're fighting the colonizers. That's great. So I didn't like the other live action. I'm not gonna like this, and I don't care.
Enough with the Zionists.
It's like, wow, he's really bringing his personal political issues into all the animated series he's part of. Sonic 3's in theaters, Homestead and Baby Girl. On Netflix, Carry On. What is that?
That's that Taron Egerton movie we were just talking about.
Okay. Fair enough. Over on Peacock, it just says Laid. Is that a question mark? Is that hopeful thinking? What is this?
Laid. Can I? No, it's a movie about a woman who she finds out that a previous boyfriend, someone she slept with, gets killed in like a horrific way, and then finds out that other men that she had slept with also are dying in very horrific ways. So now she's on a road trip to go warn these guys.
So it's like It Follows.
Yeah, kinda, but it's a comedy. Like it's supposed to be funny.
In the chat, Old Restless is saying White Lions. Jeez, yeah. And the real downfall, it's the band that sang the Transformers theme. They just show up in there in the Saharas of Africa. You're like, this doesn't make any sense at all. Tom from Alberta, White Lions, do they belong to two gay gentlemen from Las Vegas? Yes, because none of them are around anymore. So.
White Lions.
They got sent back to Africa like so many failed championship merchandise.
Right.
Moving on, Disney Plus, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, episode 4 available. The Simpsons 2-part exclusive episodes for Christmas. Oh, come on, all ye faithful. Over on Prime Video, Secret Levels, the made by the people who made Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix.
Fantastic.
A weekly episodic series about alternate stories within the world of different video game characters. December 22nd on Disney Plus. If you need a Marvel fix, What If Season 3?
Looking forward to that one.
Is going to be there for you to watch. Now, are they putting them all out, or is it going to be every week?
They're doing, I think, one a day.
Okay.
They're doing a different thing.
I was going to say this would be the perfect time to put them all out because of it's you've got an audience that's at home looking to watch anything. So
yeah, so they're doing like an episode a day for the next like 8 days.
All right. On Christmas Day in theaters is the Nosferatu movie and A Complete Unknown, which is the Bob Dylan story starring Timothée Chalamet. Nosferatu is Lily Depp, and who's playing Nosferatu?
The Skarsgård guy that played Pennywise.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing that.
Bill or Alexander or one of the 19 other Skarsgårds that show up.
Yeah, I think it's Bill Skarsgård. And then you got, I think, Nicholas Hoult, who is going to be in the new Superman movie. He's in this movie. And then Kraven the Hunter, what's his face? He's also
Kraven Moorhead.
Kraven Moorhead.
Yes. The worst movie ever from the Sony Marvel universe.
God, I know.
Then, like we said, Netflix, the day after Christmas is Squid Game Season 2. I forgot to put the Doctor Who thing. Maybe I didn't forget it. Maybe subconsciously I didn't want to announce it. But the Doctor Who Christmas special, I don't know if it's Christmas Day. I think it might be Christmas Day. It's definitely not Saturday. No, it's Christmas Day. So Disney Plus as well for Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Running through the speed round here for the news because we are late and we need to get out of here. Dune Prophecy gets a second season order from HBO Max. People, I guess, seem to like it, or at least wanted enough that people wanted more of it. So there's a second
it's
series.
Pretty good. Yeah, season finale is this Sunday. But
And it's the prequel to the movies and the books, right?
It takes place like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years prior to the Dune movies. So yeah, it's a completely separation.
DC news: James Gunn's Superman teaser trailer was finally revealed. I have not seen it yet, but depending who you ask, they're either really excited about it or it's ho-hum, it's Superman.
It's so boring looking.
I've tried.
I want to trust James Gunn, but Superman is such a boring character for me. And now it's James Gunn bringing all his friends in to make a movie. Nathan Fillion's in it as Guy Gardner. So he's one of the Green Lanterns with the dumb bowl haircut.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Crypto the dog in it. I'm just like,
why did they go with Guy Gardner?
Because they're doing a Lanterns TV show. So they're doing the other Lanterns in their own thing. But I think they're kind of making fun of these characters because you got like Mr. Terrific in it, Metamorpho, Hot Girl, Guy Gardner. Like, so they're kind of, that's like the B team.
What if this movie turns into like Deadpool 2 with X-Force? They just all die except Superman. Yeah. Or Superman's spinning around with his lasers trying to take out falling buildings and just cuts half of them and he's like, whoops,
I'm all for it.
The casualties of war.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like such a step down from Henry Cavill's version of Superman. Like, I didn't like Snyder, but I liked him as Superman. The Cavalry.
We would treat you so much better than those fucks down the street.
So good.
Ghostbusters news. An animated movie is in the works at Sony. Now, here's where I will give credit to Sony for taking franchises and doing something successful with them. They are good with their animated properties. The Spider-Man movies that they put out, have all, whether they're to your liking or not, have all been successful and well received.
Just rewatch the 2 Spider-Man movies.
If they can make animated Ghostbusters movies and make it more adult, if the movies are going to be family friendly for the live action things, if you can make adult, and not by like sex stuff, but like more horror based Ghostbusters, like they do like DC does with Batman.
Oh, those are always my favorite.
They're fantastic. I mean, I love Batman, but I'm not a big DC fan. But the movies that they put out, the anime, even for when they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Dark Justice League Dark 1 and 2.
Justice League Dark with Constantine and all those other characters.
Yeah, they're all amazing. So if they do more adult horror theme stuff with Ghostbusters, then I think that would offset the cutesy family shit that we're forced to deal with now in the theaters.
Well, they're already doing an animated series, and that's in development. And Sony Animation and Netflix are going to actually do this movie. So I'm hoping that the series can be more kid-friendly like the old animated series used to be. And then this, yeah, you're right, kind of steer it a little bit more adult and give us something a little bit more fun to watch. So
right.
We'll see.
So look forward to that. I believe they could actually do something good with the animated stuff. 28 years later, The Bone Temple gets a 2026 official release. Let's see. Second film in the newly revamped 28 Days trilogy. 28 years later, The Bone Temple. There it is. January 16th, 2026. So a little more than a calendar year away for that to be coming out. Not to be confused. To be confused with the trailer for 28 years later. That's coming out on June 20th, 2025. Well, too late because now I'm confused.
So here's the thing. So the third movie in the original trilogy, the Danny Boyle movie, is coming out this summer. That's the one the trailer's been pushing out there and everyone's liking it. Apparently, it's such a hit that they greenlit, and I guess maybe they probably were filming already, a third movie, which I believe is going to be directed by Nia DaCosta. And that is, a fourth movie, and that's coming out in 2026. So there's going to be like a spin-off of 28 years later, not directed by Danny Boyle, probably just kind of creating a universe out of it. So the trailer was so popular that they actually released the first movie digitally as of this past Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time, it was not available, and all the hard copies were almost impossible to find for a very good price. So now you can get the first movie, you can rent it digitally, buy it digitally. I'm sure they're going to put a physical release out again. Third movie comes out in June. A fourth movie now comes out in 2026. They made it as complicated as possible.
Seems it, because is it 20? Was one of the 28 whatever the one where they had the fast running zombies.
Yeah, 28 days later.
All right, I think that's the one I saw half the movie.
Yeah,
I should go back and watch those. I'm not a big zombie fan with anything, but I think I want to watch that. Excuse me. All right, what else do we have here? Questlove, you know him from The Roots, and also they're the band from The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, is set to direct an SNL music documentary for NBC, which I think is great because I think
it's a great idea.
I like Questlove. I like his history and involvement with a lot of different genres and artists throughout the years. So him doing a documentary about all the music acts that Saturday Night Live has ever had, I would watch that. I'm looking forward to that. 50 years of Saturday Night Live, so 50 years of musical performances. It looks great. So,
and it comes out January 27th. So it's close. Like, it's not even like this is going to be far away. Like, this is within a month.
Make sure to add that to our up and coming list so that when we come back that we have that. Sonic 4 is eyeing a spring 2027 release. We said Sonic 3 is currently out now in theaters. So the fourth movie already got greenlit and approved because I guess Jim Carrey really needs a lot of money.
He may not be involved. Like, he wasn't even going to do this third one, and then he decided to go ahead.
Yeah, so and he said because he needed the money. So
sure.
He needed the money. Oh, Paramount is now moving forward with Sonic 4. The news comes after the threequel.
Ugh.
Goes into previews tonight. This was an older article. Expected to do whatever. All right. So yeah, if you're a Sonic fan, I've never seen any of the movies. I rarely ever played the game because I didn't have Genesis growing up. So I never really played Sonic.
I played the games. The first movie was fun. The second movie was actually not that bad. So I'm actually looking forward to this. Keanu Reeves plays Shadow. I'll probably end up taking the kids this weekend. So the next show, I'll have a little mini review about it.
Secret Level, we said, is a show I want to watch that's on Amazon Prime right now. Already renewed for season 2. Take note, Netflix, that you can have a series that comes out and you can go ahead with a second season because they're notorious for canceling good shows. Well, it wasn't an instant hit within 2 weeks, so we had to cancel it. No, it takes time. Like during this holiday season right now, Chaos, the Jeff Goldblum led vehicle about modern day, the Greek gods in modern day times.
Yeah,
would have probably been a huge hit. People finding this if you threw it on the front page of suggested properties for the holidays. But they're like, oh, this wasn't a big hit within a couple weeks, so we had to cancel it. It's expensive. Yeah, so give it time. Let it build. If you invested the money in it, don't just cut it off at the knees. But good for Amazon. I haven't even watched it. I don't even know if the show's good, but I've heard people say it's good.
It's good. I've watched 2 episodes so far.
So it's been announced that a season 2 is happening. No idea when that is, but it's good to know that is in available in the future. Violent Night 2, in a very creative way, was announced that it's happening. Jordan sent me a photo, and it's obviously David Harbour sitting in a chair next to a guy dressed as Santa Claus.
Right.
And I don't know what it is. I'm like, I can't figure this out. He's not dressed as anything. I don't know. I was like, what is this? And he goes, look at the script that's in his hand. I didn't even notice it. He looked down at his hand, and it says Violent Night 2.
Yeah.
And
so
that's how they announced it.
That's amazing. I didn't think I was going to like that first movie as much as I did. Now it's one of those like yearly rotation movies for Christmas. Like it's a fun movie. I think hopefully they'll kind of go into some of his backstory because I think they did some flashback scenes in this first movie that made me realize like there's a better story that they could be telling of his origin as, you know, Santa Claus. So I'm hoping they kind of do that with this, but I'm excited. I was very surprised that they not only had a script written, but that it's pretty much finished and they're going to move forward with it. So good news for me, at least. I liked it.
I'm writing that down so I remember to watch that.
It's a fun one.
Oh, I got to put Secret Levels on there too.
I was going to say, I moved a lot of stuff that we can just save for later. We can wrap this up with the later Kenny stuff if you'd like.
Oh, did you delete everything?
No, I just moved it down.
I'll read the headlines real quick. Courtney Cox is going to return for Scream 7. I haven't seen the movie, I think, since 3. What was the one that was Jerry O'Connell with Jay and Silent Bob?
That was
2. I think
Jerry O'Connell was in the second one. Jay and Silent Bob was in the third one.
So then the third one was the last one that I saw. I haven't seen any of them since.
Gotcha.
Maybe I have to go back and revisit. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour makes history with $2 billion.
Billion with a B.
Unheard of, but
crazy.
Congratulations to her. If anyone can pull that off, I tip my hat to them. The Day of the Jackal, Season 2. Eddie Redmayne is going to return. I haven't seen this. I've heard a lot of people talk about the show. I don't know if it's good or bad, but
I've seen the first episode, and I liked the first episode, but I just haven't had time.
I saw Eddie show up on Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
And I still think he would be a perfect Doctor
Good
Who.
doctor, yeah.
He'd be the perfect doctor for Doctor Who. Skibbity Toilet. Remember when you had to teach me what that nonsense was?
Yeah, you're going to have to read this one.
Is coming
Don't
to
just do the-
Fortnite.
Right.
Because of course it is. Epic Games has officially now added 2 characters from the Skibbity Toilet internet craze to Fortnite, coming in the form of bizarre cosmetic items. Players can now add both Skibbity Toilet and Plunger Man to their Fortnite crews. When asked for a comment, Jordan just shook his head in disgust and then flipped off his kid.
Because it's so stupid.
He
was showing me videos of it. I'm like, no.
You just pulled off the Saturday Night Live Weekend Update when they have to write the jokes for each other for Christmas.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do that.
I didn't see the last week's episode. I think was the last one for the year. Was Chris
it?
Rock
Okay.
hosting? I didn't watch
Are you sure?
it yet.
There's one more episode this Saturday.
Is there one this Saturday?
I think so.
Okay, well,
There
if there is one this Saturday, I'm going to watch it. I want to see what the jokes are because I do love how they do that.
I do too.
And then finally wrapping up with Letterkenny, spin-off Shoresy, the video game. We mentioned that earlier when it came in through the chat. The Canadian television comedy series created and starring Jared Queso. Of course, you know him from Letterkenny, the debut, whatever, on network up there that nobody watches. The spin-off of the enormous popular Letterkenny series, which also... Okay, keep going. So it's a hockey video game.
Yeah.
The
So
Sudbury
it's
Bulldogs
basically-
hockey team will become Shoresy the No Show. Sets to launch across major gaming platforms in 2025. New Metric Media has partnered with indie developer Treewood Games to create an arcade-style history role-playing...
role-playing game.
Hockey role-playing game. Are you going to have to roll a dice and score an 8 in order to take a shot?
No, that doesn't. When you're doing role playing, it doesn't necessarily mean dice. It could just mean you're building your characters up with stats. Like that could be how they do it.
Like baseball stars.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. That's an old game. The announcement follows the company's successful Shoresy Fall Classic Tour, which drew over 25,000 attendees across 5 North American venues. During these events, which featured the show's cast competing against NHL alumni teams, fans got early previews of the upcoming title. Who knew? I mean, Letterkenny was groundbreaking and a smash hit as it was for being, just so super Canadian. The spinoff for Shoresy, very funny, even worse Canadian than Letterkenny. But the tie into hockey, because hockey doesn't get much love in a lot of mainstream stuff. I mean, if it wasn't Dennis Leary or what was it, Michael J. Fox used to have a foundation where they'd play, all the celebrities would play hockey, Chris Jericho, all that kind of stuff. The fact that they've rekindled this love with celebrity, and good for them. If they're doing it for charities and stuff like that, more power to them. So that's everything you need to know about. For this show, we have an E-Rock Radio Volume 2 coming out by, or if not on, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And we don't know what we're doing about episode 500. If we're going to do something...
E-Rock's Rockin' New Year's Eve. Coin that.
Happy New Year. Blah, 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 blah. And I'll just dress like Stuttering John and pass out drunk. Yeah, we don't know what we're going to do for episode 500, whether you're going to have an episode next week or if it's going to be after the new year. We're still figuring that out. But in the meantime, the music's going. Jason, I can't get your name right
Jared,
today.
Jason.
Josh.
Our
nation's eyes turn to you for all the plugs.
You can follow me at Jinxed Ronan on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, anywhere else really. Twitch, Jinxed Ronan 79. I have been playing the Indiana Jones game. It's really fun. I'm going to stream some more of that. if you are a Amazon subscriber, use your free Amazon Prime subscription over on Twitch. Go ahead and click that and just subscribe for a month, and then just keep it going. It helps out the show. It costs you nothing extra, and it's good for the holidays. Help us out.
All right. Why didn't that turn off? I'm not Jordan. Am I Jordan? I don't know. For me and the show, it's Eric Nagel across the board on all. There we go. On all the social media platforms. You're listening on the iHeartRadio app. They just redid the app, so they fired thousands of people in the last several months. But they had money and infrastructure for a brand new app. You can go out there and download that and check out the show there. Or if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, those kind of places at your own convenience, thank you for doing that. And do us a kindness, go over there, leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. Hit the 5-star, shit on us in the comments. I took that from WATP. What are you going to do about it? If you want to join us live each and every week as we do the show, go over to YouTube and to Twitch, subscribe to those channels, turn on the notifications so that you know when we go live. We try to do it usually Thursday nights around 8-something East Coast time. And if you missed all of the live stuff, you want to watch the video of the show, well, here you are. YouTube, it's all there presented for you, nice and professional like, or at least as close as we can get to it.
Look, the cameras didn't shut off this time around.
No.
We're already ahead of ourselves.
We're already ahead of ourselves. We're doing great. We've got to get out of here. Until the next time, everybody.
Be excellent to each other.
And we will be seeing you. And we're going to leave you with this message of togetherness, of brotherhood, and hopes for all humanity this holiday season. Goodbye, everybody.
It's Eric Nagel.
Alas, we're out of time.
Follow It's Eric Nagel on social media platforms. For ways to watch and listen to the show, or join us for the live shows, head over to itsericnagel.com. Yo, and remember to tell 2 friends so they can tell 2 friends, and they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends. You get the idea.
Keep it real, homies.